what it is. Yo, we got some good conversations tonight, man. We got some great topics. First and foremost, we're gonna have to start off with the Kendrick Lamar situation, and then after that, we're gonna dive into some more relationship type stuff. Just because individuals like Randy Rosario, and then there are other females, those proud black women, um, on some other shows that kind of got me triggered a little bit. But we gonna get there though. We gonna get there. Don't trip at all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because guess what? It's gonna help the algorithm. It's gonna help reach more people who like to see my type of content. So you definitely don't want to do that. So spam with the likes. And if you already been here before, you should already be subscribed. But if you're not, please do so. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into the first topic. Like I said before, y'all already know K. Dot, Mr. Kung Fu Kenny, the boogeyman himself. Y'all already know about the rap battle between him and Drake, and I know a lot of the true Drake fans, they're hurting right now. It's hard for them to cope, but you got to face facts. Drake lost, but he just got pulled up on an interview, and all y'all already know that he's gonna be performing at the Super Bowl, and so they had a music interview with him, and so we're gonna tap into that and see what everything he had to say and how everything led up to where he is today, man. So let's get into it. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. Let's get it.
Shifting Pen, his Pulitzer Prize winning album, his 22 Grammys, or his seismic impact on music spanning more than a decade.
But nobody can speak for the man better than himself. Please welcome Kendrick Lamar. Oh, y'all gotta make some more noise than that.
They not like us.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Kendrick, it's a little bit surreal to actually see you in the flesh, because you've always made it a point of just letting the music speak for yourself, which is something I really respect. But the spotlight has been shining so bright for the past few months. I've just been wondering how you've been processing behind the scenes, how you've been feeling about everything happening, all the success.
It's just really just I want to look at it like it's just a continuum of who I am, really. I've always stayed to myself. I've always been in my own bubble, whether it's with the fam or whether it's training. How I process it all is just I continue to do what I was doing 10 years ago, and that's like it better in myself, better in the craft, and not look at it as bright lights, Mm-hmm. And it may sound cliche, but it always worked for me, even when I was younger, playing sports or being in the forefront of presentations and stuff like that. It was like, I gotta look at myself in the mirror rather than looking at it as a crowd or, fame and attention.
So now, early days of your career, Section 80 days, even early mixtapes, and you perfecting your craft as an MC. Did you ever think we'd be at the Super Bowl with this?
I wasn't thinking about no Super Bowl.
You never thought about the Super Bowl?
I wasn't thinking about no Super Bowl for sure. We was thinking about the best verse and how we gonna split this $5 at Church's Chicken or something like that. It wasn't no Super Bowl. Going to the studio and getting a meal. But I think, what I know is the passion I have now is still the passion I had then. And I think that carried on to the Super Bowl. So it was all about being present. As long as I was present in the studio and present in whatever that line was or whatever that mistake was, rapping or doing hooks or choruses or whatnot, I was present in that moment. I felt that passion. I think being present and not actually foreseeing everything kept me in the grounded state of mind in order to be at, big stages like this.
I think we felt that presence and that focus in your work for the past 15 years. Like Ebro said, going all the way back to projects like Overly Dedicated. And so seeing you perform with Dr. Dre at the halftime show 3 years ago, we already felt like that was the most hip-hop beautiful halftime show ever. And now for you to come back and be the first solo hip hop artist to headline, how does it feel being the artist to hit that milestone? And, you know, just your thoughts on what that means about hip hop's progression and impact over the years.
But that it made me think about like the grind of it. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't see like the story before the glory, man. And that's like shuffling out your mixtapes and, you know, going to neighborhoods and parties and performing there, hole in the wall spots. It reminds me of the essence and the core response of rap and hip hop and how far it can go. So for me, that mean everything, because it puts the culture on the forefront where it needs to be and not minimized to just a catchy song or verse. This is a true art form. So to represent it on this type of stage is like everything that I've worked for and everything that I believe in as far as the culture. Like, I live and die by it. This changed my whole family life, so I don't take it for granted at all as far as an art form, you know?
Facts.
It feels like that was a lot what this year was about too,
I
right?
got a question. For all the Drake fans, like real talk. I have to ask the question. Why are y'all so upset that Kendrick Lamar won? Why are a lot of you so upset? Being truthful and realistic. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna come from a non-biased perspective. Family Matters was good. I never said it was a bad song. Never did. It was a good song. That song probably could have beaten any other rap artist straight out the gate. Could have beat any other rap artist. He probably wouldn't have needed to even put out another song. But the problem here is the fact that you didn't do your homework, big dog. You didn't do your homework. You thought this was gonna be an easy breezy thing. You thought it was gonna be a Meek Mill situation. You thought you finna throw out one song and you thought it was over with. Because you pulled the same move. You went ahead and threw out the Family Matters, and then you tried to put the ball in his court talking about, hey, you taking too long to put out. You're taking too long to put out. You got 24 hours. You got 48 hours. And then when he started flooding you with music, every time you try to put out, he came right behind you and put his out. And now he's continuously doing that. Well, that's what he was doing. Because it wasn't just about the rap battle. Let's keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. If we talking bar for bar, line for line, storytelling, all of those things combined, we're talking about a good song, good hook, everything combined. Kendrick Lamar, hands down, landslide won. There shouldn't be. I don't care how much of a Drake fan you are. I don't care how much you love Drake. You have to be truly, if you truly understand hip hop and you truly understand music in itself, you know for sure that Drake lost that. There's no question. But that doesn't mean we don't like Drake. I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. You feel me? Me and a friend of mine, we had this conversation before. We missed that Drake back in the day, the one, the soft Drake. That's the music that we used to bop. That's the music we were like, hey man, hey, he tough. You feel me? The one who would rap and then sing at the same time. That's the Drake we miss. Not this new Drake who talking about, you know, I got enemies. I got a lot of enemies. Listen. Keep that. Stay back where you were, bro. The shit that got you there. Stay over there in that lane. Don't try to come to the hood side because you ain't that. Real talk. So yes, nobody's saying that they hate Drake. Nobody's saying that they wanted Kendrick Lamar to win so much that they hate Drake or whatever the shit that y'all say. Whatever that bullshit that y'all be saying is, oh y'all, it ain't the fact that y'all happy that Kendrick won. It's just the fact that y'all hate Drake so much. I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Most people that I talk to, they actually listen to Drake. They have listened to Drake or they like his music, and I'm one of them. I like his music. I'm not gonna lie about it. But if I had to choose which artist I'm gonna listen to on a daily, it's gonna be Kendrick, straight up. But I knew this before because I was listening to Kendrick way before a lot of y'all already knew who Kendrick Lamar was. So I was already hip to it. So when I knew this battle came out, I said around the gate Kendrick Lamar was about to bust his head. I knew that. Whether you believe it was for sport, whether you believe all of this shit was real hatred towards him, whatever you believe, whatever your mind is telling you, it didn't matter because Kendrick Lamar was gonna win regardless. So you can come out with any conspiracy theory that you want to try to disprove and discredit Kendrick Lamar, but at the end of the day, he was gonna win. And I knew this from the jump. And it ain't because of the production companies and the labels, they you know what you call it, they skewed the numbers, you know, they made it seem as if it was getting played more than it actually was. And so because of that, because they really were trying to get Drake out of there, they were at Drake's head. Whatever your conspiracy theory is, don't matter. Kendrick Lamar was gonna win fair and square, and that's exactly what he did.
I guess, you know, you took it and put it on your back and you felt like a line needed to be drawn, right? Was that your intent when you rolled out this year? Was like, yo, I'm drawing a line. Like, this is what it is.
My intent was to always keep, I think from day one, was to always keep the nature of it as a sport. You know, I don't care how motherfuckers look at it as far as like, as a collaborative effort, you know, that's cool too, but I love when artists grit their teeth. Like, I still watch battle raps. I still watch Smack URL from Murder Mook to Lux to Tay-Rock, you know, my bro Daylight. This has always been the core definition of who I am, and it's been that way since day one. So I don't think it was a thing for this year. It was always just a continuum. Mm-hmm. And what I will say about this year, it was more from a space where I think a lot of people was putting rap to the back, and you didn't see that. You didn't see that grit. You didn't see that bite anymore. Yeah. So I always took that in consideration in going into any type of my music.
Yep.
That's interesting. So I hope this makes sense, right? You know, we've been following your journey for about 15 years, and you have been so consistent in the messaging and the focus, like you said, and you've always moved with integrity. So in a lot of ways, I feel like we thought we knew exactly who you were as an artist in a positive way. And then last year, it felt like you unlocked a whole new dimension for us. But that person, like you said, was always in there. But I'm wondering, do you still surprise yourself sometimes? Did you surprise yourself last year, or was it just us, the fans, with our jaws on the floor, just stunned?
That's a good question. Surprise myself? Nah, I don't think I surprised myself, because this, for me and for my partners that's been around me since 2005, 2006, like my brothers, they know my personality, they know my capabilities, even when it, you know, wasn't presented to the public at first, right? So this is just like a revolving door of what I've been doing in Carson Studios, at the homie garage, or my brothers at TDE, or just anybody around the city of Compton in LA. It's just magnified to the level where I've progressed it and you know, did enough hours to know, okay, I know where to place it now. I know how to make it connect with people.
Yep.
It feels like each album, too, getting to this point was like, it was an album for the culture, and it was an album for the critics. You know what I mean? And then it would, for the critics,
yeah.
And then GNX comes along, and it's like, nah. This is an album for anybody, everybody, and anybody who want it.
Yep.
At any time. And you brought that energy. And the energy you brought on GNX was an energy that I don't think was really happening in hip hop. Like, it's a Public Enemy level energy. It's a Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted energy.
For sure.
Like, it's a classic, you know, timeless energy. Talk about your headspace between Mr. Morale and this GNX.
Yeah, no, that's great. Go back even further, man. Speaking on that energy, like, it's my cousins was like DJ Quick, you know, and Dre, you know, these folks that my people was playing. So I always had that DNA, And you know, you heard that DNA a little bit on Good Kid, Mad City, but I wanted to tell
Mm-hmm.
my story first, right? And fast forward to GNX, I felt it was just a perfect time because not only the energy was lost, but it was an energy that was bubbling inside of me as well. I wanted to go back to the forefront of just the bite and just the grit of rap, just all raps and hard ass beats.
Right.
And that's like the basics for me. I thought about, damn, what I used to like when I was a kid. Hard raps, good beats, that's smacking, right? And it was a great transition from Mr. Morale because that was my most intimate. I wanted to go inside of my own psyche and my own personal withdrawals and see how it connects with the public and who can relate.
Right.
So during this time around, I think it was necessary of coming out of that cocoon and feeling like, okay, I arrived now. I can spread my wings and show every state of who I am as far as Kendrick Lamar.
And you really did spread your wings. I mean, you just came off a huge Grammy wins. You walked away with 5 awards, and
5
you
Grammys. And here's the thing too. Because I know there have been so I made a post. The other day about Kendrick Lamar in regards to the Canadian tuxedo. Now, did he do it to mock Drake, to make a mockery of Drake because it's a Canadian tuxedo? Who knows? We don't know that. But I'm going based off of it because he is the boogeyman, based off of his nickname and all of that shit and who he is. I'm going to say that he did, right? So let's just say that. He did. I had a lot of people in my comments. By the way, that post alone did over 1 million views. That's crazy, by the way. But I had a lot of people in the comments talking about, why you glazing so hard? Why you glazing? He won 5 Grammys off of one song. Well, let's look at this for a second. Isn't he now correct? Now, for those people who for the people who deep dive into the music and who understand everything about, I'm talking about the ins and outs and everything about music. First and foremost, isn't that diss track the only diss track to ever hit a Grammy out of all the artists out here in the world? Wasn't his the only one to get a Grammy, and 5 at that? Or am I tripping? Or am I wrong? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Also, to get 5 Grammys, because I know a lot of people, they want to use that. Well, he got it. The only reason he got it because of Drake's name. Okay, so what about the other 15 that he got that he didn't mention Drake? So we want to talk about that too, because Drake got 5 in his entire career. 5. Now, for those people who, well, the Grammys don't mean nothing, bro, because he got so many songs. He got this, that, and what Chris Brown got. Listen, that's a whole different ball game. Chris Brown, the reason Chris Brown got snubbed is because Chris Brown was beating down on chicks, allegedly. So that was already in a bad light in itself. So because now the entire world was gonna be coming at your head. Well, you giving guys who beat up on women, you're saying that it's okay for men to beat up on women because now he's winning Grammys. Because apparently, people don't know how to separate people's personal lives from actual music, from their careers. So they intertwine those things. So that's why Chris Brown wasn't winning. Because we all know Chris Brown should have way more Grammys than what he has now. We know this. Drake, on the other hand, he really ain't got no reason not to have 20 plus Grammys. He don't have no reason. He wasn't any domestic violence allegations or anything like that. So, and to say he only got 5 out of his entire career, I mean, and then the whole Beyonce winning the Grammy. Yeah, nah. Now that one they snubbed. That was bullshit. I ain't gonna hold you. That was bullshit. Cause I'm with the country folk. I'm with the country stars, the country singers, the people who listen to country music. Beyonce should not have won a Grammy for best country album. That shit is trash. You understand me?
Not Like Us won for Song and Record of the Year, which in itself is remarkable. But I think for people who love and respect hip hop and the roots of this culture, the competitive spirit of it, it has been a little bit mind-bending that you created this massive cultural award-winning anthem out of a battle rap song. And how is that something, after you got off that Grammy stage, you got home in some quiet time, what was going through your head?
I was just thinking about the culture, really. It's always that for me first. I'm not even bullshitting with you. It's like, when people talk about rap, man, the conversations I hear, they think it's just rap and it's not an actual art form. So when you put records like that at the forefront, it reminds people that this is more than just something that came 50 years ago. They forget that it's even been here 50 years, right? And like kind of like belittle it. So I love to see that it gets that type of recognition for just straight raps, from awards to the billboards, all that, because this is truly just as big as an art form and a genre as any other genre. So that's what I think about, and I feel accomplished being able to do that. You know, whether somebody else come behind me and do it again and quadruple it, I love to see it. If that was my purpose to do that, then that's exactly what it was for that particular moment.
I think people often miss the significance of that Record and Song of the Year award, because that Song of the Year award is a songwriter's award. Like, it's not just the biggest song. It's like someone wrote a song. And you as a songwriter, when you see your name up there and it's written by Kendrick, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's powerful. And I think to what you're saying, I think there's a lot of people who have become fans of hip hop, and they you know, you like the songs you hear and know, but you're not actually tapped into the work that it takes for you to generate
facts.
The output, the art.
Exactly, man. As a writer, you know, and
Because here's the thing though. What people don't what a lot of people who are upset at the fact that he won so many Grammys off of that song. It ain't just a bop, dog. That shit was strategically planned. It was he put it out strategically. Everything was a strategy. That's why it hit. It's kind of like the algorithm, or it's kind of like putting out content, right? You have to be strategic with it when you're talking about content. You got to make sure that you're being consistent at the right time. Being consistent doesn't mean you need to post 3 or 4 times a day. Being consistent necessarily means you need to, if you're going to post 1 time a day at 9:00 p.m., you need to be consistent with, you need to be consistent with doing it every single time. Every single time. If you say, look, I'm going to post, like me, if I say that I'm going to go live every Saturday at 6 p.m., that means I'm going to go live every Saturday at 6 p.m. That doesn't mean I need to go live every single day at 6 p.m., just every Saturday, and I need to be consistent on that. And so it's strategic, because now the algorithm is finding those people who like my type of content. Like, hey, Courtney is going live at 6 p.m. So therefore, more and more people who are online at this time, they start to see my type of content. They're like, oh shit, hey, I rock with him, or yo, I seen his TikTok, or oh yo, I seen his IG. Let me see what he's talking about. This is my first time watching his live. You feel me? And so when it comes to Not Like Us, everything led up to Not Like Us. You had Like That when he was with Future, when he featured in that Metro Boomin and Future song, Like That. Then right after that, it was Euphoria. Then I think after Euphoria, it was either, which one was it? Was it Meet the Grams? Was it Meet the Grams, or I think it was Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams. No, it was I forgot the other song, but there was a song in between Euphoria and Meet the Grams. Then after Meet the Grams, it was Not Like Us. That just put the cherry on top of the entire battle. And so when that shit came out, everybody was bopping to it. Everybody was bopping to it. Even the ones that even some of the people who like Drake, they were bopping to that shit. They were like, oh shit, hold up. This shit here bumping. Because before that, A lot of people, they were like, man, see, that's the thing, man. The reason why I can't listen to Kendrick Lamar, man, because he don't make bop music, man. I like shit I can bop my head to, which is y'all problem in the first place. But I like shit I can bop my head to, dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be y'all philosophical and shit. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. And so he was like, all right, bet. I got something for you. Boom. Not Like Us. Not only is a bop, that's a movement for the culture. All of that in one. What are we talking about? So there's a reason there's a reason why he won. Because I guarantee you, everybody riding this bitch singing that song. You can say one or two words to that song. I guarantee everybody gonna start singing it. And this is what we consider a classic. Not Like Us is gonna be considered a classic. Family Matters not gonna be considered a classic, no matter how you want to look at it. I'm talking objectively speaking. I'm not talking on a biased opinion. I'm talking objectively here. That is gonna be a classic. Not Like Us is a classic already, and it will be. Watch. Give it 5 to 10. Give it about 5 to 10.
That's what I can appreciate the most, and knowing how much time I dedicated over the years in just trial and error, writing the most terrible shit to some of the greatest shit. You know, we all do it, from writer's block to figuring out how to find inspiration from the most non-popular aspects around me. So it's like, knowing that trial and knowing what I put in as far as my thinking process and what it takes to get there, I do not look at it as a small like endeavor because it's a hit record. No, it's actually some writing in that shit. You know, whether it connect with you on a spiritual level, whether it connect with you on a comedic level, whether it connect with you just on a personal dynamic, it's still from a writer's point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are an incredible writer. There are songs on GNX like Reincarnated.
That Reincarnated.
I didn't know what to do with that song for the first few times I heard of it, just trying to figure out where you possibly came up with the inspiration for a record like that. Like, when you're working on those songs, are you going through multiple versions until the right thing comes to you? It's hard to fathom, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, records like that, first off, shout out to Tupac. That's the number one inspiration. That was always one of my favorite records from him and Outlaws. With records like that, it's always going into my mind of like, what if, right? And crafting out my what if ideas to the masses. So when I think about concepts and I think about what I actually believe and what I feel, I just go through a breakdown as if I'm reading a book, you know, and how I want people to hear this from a book sequence. So my initial process is, okay, how can I open them up to the story? And how can I drive them to the ending point to make them feel truly exactly what I'm trying to convey, whether they take their own perspective from it or they take mine. I just want you to feel it first. You know, the writing is there, and now it's up to me to perform it to where you can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Business taxes was all consuming. Now business taxes is
all the time.
Yo, give it up for this guy, Kendrick Lamar, y'all.
No, that's real though. That's why there's a difference between Kendrick Lamar's music and Drake. All Drake music is pop shit, bro. It's just pop shit. Yeah, let me get this shit. Let me put this shit out here. Let me put this bop shit out here. Let me pander to a lot of these women out here because they're gonna be like, yes, yes, girl. All of this shit, and they fall in love with Drake. That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it makes sense. Because Kendrick Lamar can drop off the face of the earth for the next 5 years and he'll pop back up and he gonna have a hit. He does it every time. He does it every time. Now, just because he dropped off the face of the earth, that don't mean he ain't writing. That don't mean he's not working. He's not still working on his craft and perfecting his craft. It just means that, hey, I don't need to put out multiple hundreds and hundreds of songs in order to be seen and be noticed as one of the greats. I just need to know when I put out my music, my shit gon' hit each and every time.
I'm too quiet, man. This guy, this guy he doesn't sit down and do this too often. So this is a very special conversation. We appreciate you, bro. I really do. And shout to SZA too, because you guys are making history right now. And you've seen her from her humble beginnings, like she's seen you from your humble beginnings. You've watched.
Man, shout out to K Dot, bro. This shit is wild. Shout out to K Dot. Shout out to his success. It's dope out here, man. It's dope, man. I'm glad that he won. I am ecstatic that he won. I can't wait for him to perform at the Super Bowl. I want to know what he's gonna come up with. To be honest, I do hope that he brings Wayne up. If he do, that's epic. That's the one. That's the one. But if he don't, still happy about it, still excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Congrats on the Grammys and all that, K-Dot. You know what I'm saying? We rocking with you over here, big dog. Straight up. You feel me? Hey, look, listen. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you aren't already subscribed, please do so and hit the notification button. It's going to help the algorithm reach the people that want to see this type of content. So I want to move on to the next topic, man, because I want to get to the nuts and bolts tonight. Because man. So I was watching this video the other day, and this was more of a I got triggered. let me just say it. I got triggered, bro. I'm talking about I got triggered. You understand me? Why is it that a lot of women who portray to be something that they're not, why do a lot of women, not all, why are a lot of women so aggressive, so loud, so wrong, so stupid? You know what? We'll get into it. We finna get into it right now, cause let's watch it. Let's watch it. So y'all can understand where I'm coming from in this situation, because I got pissed off. You understand me? Let's get it.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Randy Rosario, and we are here live in Detroit.
Shout out to Let's Rant About It. Shout out to
Detroit,
Anton
make some
Daniels.
noise.
Shout out to Randy Rosario and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just want to make sure.
We just gave away a whole bunch of facials from Ijolu and some lip gloss. Y'all had a good time with that?
Yeah, I know it.
Y'all was twerking and stuff? Okay, so listen, this episode right here, we're going straight to getting the questions asked from the audience. Crew, how y'all feel about that?
I'm good with it.
Y'all smooth?
Real good. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't introduce you.
Thank you.
You guys, y'all make some noise for Rico Hundo.
My boy.
Hundo.
That was mad whack. I need some more noise. Please, 1, 2, 3. Make some noise for me, please.
Yeah.
That was better. Mad whack. It's crazy. All right, let's get right to the questions. Are we ready? Let's get it.
How y'all doing? My name is Justin. I had a question. Pretty much, I wanted to know if the co-parents are like fighting and everything, should that have an influence on like me seeing the kids, or should we just keep it together for the kids?
If the co-parents are fighting, should that have an influence on whether one parent should see the kids, or should they be able to be mature enough to actually work through it? I'm going to take that question straight to Chulo. If you are beefing with your baby mama, should you not be able to see your child anymore?
Nah, that's childish. That's childish in itself, you know? That bond right there, you have to nurture that. You have to nurture that. You can't be in the way, because most people be putting their immature emotions before the children. That's why children normally 9 times out of 10 ain't even for, the situation. People didn't have children intentionally. Yeah. You can tell within their actions, because if you did, you would say, nah, nothing is gonna stop you from seeing your child, no matter how much I'm beefing with you, no matter how much I really don't like you. I'm gonna set up an environment where you and that child can spend time together, especially if it's like that for real, Go ahead, let them do their thing.
But why are y'all talking like that usually happens on the man's side?
I was about to,
Men don't prevent the mother of the child from seeing the child.
Can I say
that
it?
doesn't happen.
Let me say it.
So when you speak to that, speak specifically to the women that are weaponizing a child, using a child and using it as a weapon against the man that they no longer are with. Speak to it specifically.
I will say this. I think more often than not, the person that's standing in the way of that other parental relationship is the mom. And I think what happens in the situation often is because the woman carries the baby, we feel like that's my baby.
No.
But what I need y'all to understand is that's that daddy's baby too.
Yeah.
And as much as it hurt, let me get this out because I'm on y'all side right now. As much as it hurt, as much as the pain of it not working out, you didn't carry that person's child and extend his lineage for y'all not to be together. I get that. I can understand how that's heartbreaking. I really can. You have to put your ego aside and let your kids win in life. Yeah. You don't want your kids.
She talk too much. I'm gonna keep it a buck, dog.
Big ideas.
She talk too much, man.
Don't come.
Kids that had the same experiences that you had. So if you standing in the way of your child actually knowing their father, getting to build a relationship with their father, letting their father be a father, it's time for you to look in the mirror and do some self-reflection.
And fellas, you got to start knowing that these are really your kids, all right? Look at it like a Coke machine, all right? You put a quarter in and that Coke come out, it's your Coke. If you put a baby in her and it come out, that's your baby. So y'all need to start getting down to these courthouses before they do.
Well, I'll say this too.
I never. 2K crazy.
I'm trying to like. One thing I never see is very rare. When the parents break up and they go their separate ways, fathers never take the kids. They always, most of the time, end up with the mom. So when certain situations or certain things happen, men really do leave the ball in the women's court because they don't really step up to do much. They allow the women to take on majority of the load. They allow her to do majority of the work and then want to jump in and make executive decisions when they're not even there while everything is going on. So like that could cause all types of issues. You shaking your head, Anton, but it's true. These men don't want to raise these kids.
That's cap.
They leave it for the women to
Rico
do.
real quick. Rico, what you think?
Well, it's not what I think, it's actually what I know.
Hold the fuck up.
I know that only 18% of men win custody of their children. And I know that over 50% of men fight for their children. So when I can tell you that 1 out of 2 fathers are actually fighting for their child, I'm going to say I strongly disagree that they're not there for that child.
Facts.
But I will also say that systematically it's set up for us to lose, specifically in our community, against our child, to win over our child. So my problem with this all is when a woman, specifically speaking, if I go by numerics, is 72% of women that are actually winning the custodial rights of their child, of that percentage, they're actually willingly allowing their child to suffer by not have that father in their life if they're playing that game.
Yep.
And my issue with it all is a lot of women think that they're okay because they didn't have that experience with their father, so they think that their child is okay. But you said let them look in the mirror. They haven't understood the mirror. They don't even understand where their flaws are coming from. And they're automatically allowing those flaws to be instilled in their kid as a kid.
Can I tell you the truth though? Can I tell you the truth? He was done. He was done. I let him finish. He landed the plane. Relax, niggas. I think the issue with a lot of people that are broken is, and you know what's crazy about this? I was just talking to my twin over there in the audience about this recently, a couple days ago actually. I own my shit. I can look at situations from when I was younger or from right now and say, you know what, dang, I ain't have to really spaz out on them like that and crash out or fight. Or I was overstimulated in this situation. It really wasn't that I was angry. A lot of people can't look in that mirror and say, you know what, I be fucking up. People will look in that mirror and they'll see an ego reflection and be like, oh no, I'm good. It's all that nigga fucking up. He keep dropping the ball. He lost a good thing. He lost out. No, he didn't lose out on anything, baby. You got some work to do. He left for a reason.
Was never there for a reason.
Absolutely.
He didn't commit for a reason.
Now, to be clear, that's not me giving a pass to no hoe-ass nigga that's not raising his child, because that's weak as hell, and you will never be a man, and you will never be blessed. Right. However, it's a lot of you women that are standing in the way of the men and being fathers, and y'all got to sit the fuck down. Yep. I know. Oh, it's only 2 claps for that shit. I bet. Right. I bet. Let's get to this next question. We got another question over here. Let's get to it.
Hey guys, I'm Lauren, and I go by Access Lauren, and I have 2 questions. My first question is for Anton. First and foremost, I just want to say I respect you so much for being in a marriage 20 years plus. That's amazing. As a mother of 3 sons from a 13-year relationship that did not work out, I want to know, I'm not sure if you have a daughter, but if you had a daughter, and she accidentally messed up, and she ended up having a child out of wedlock, and she didn't end up with that guy, and you know, it didn't work out. Do you feel like she deserves love still? Do you feel like she still deserves to have a situation?
If your daughter made a mistake and had a baby out of wedlock, do she still deserve love?
You make a mistake.
So, no. I'm going to answer the question, and then I'm going to get a context, all right? No.
Thank you.
No.
Okay. She don't get a pass?
She don't get a pass. Absolutely not.
Are you helping with the baby?
No.
You gonna love on the baby?
That's crazy.
No, she needs to. No,
when
it's
he
not
see that grandchild, he gonna help her with that baby.
That's
He's
for
a
sure.
good guy.
I'm trying to tell you.
He's a great guy.
Listen.
Okay.
I teach my daughter that, first of all, I don't believe in dating. I'm not going to talk about that yet. However, I teach my daughter that, for example, when she gets married, you got to cleave to the person that you with. Ain't no mistakes. You smart. I taught you well. You didn't make a mistake and have a kid out of wedlock. You opened up your legs to somebody you shouldn't have been with in the first place. You got to be responsible for that. You got to own that. You have to own that. And more importantly, I have to ask you, why are you not with him? Why did you leave? Go, if he was good enough to open up your legs to, that's your husband.
What about if he
That
leaves?
thing was thumping. It wasn't that he was good enough. It was just
What
I
did she
was
say? What did she
ovulating,
say,
Dad.
Daddy? When I first met him, he was everything that he was supposed to be. But after I had this kid down the line, now all of a sudden he putting his hands on me. You gonna tell her?
Why do y'all always have to try to use the most extreme situation to try to prove a point? Most situations, most of these women aren't leaving because the man is beating up on them. Like, let's keep it a buck. All of us have common sense. We know, like, hey, listen. If a man is beating up on you, putting his hands on you, yes, obviously you should leave. But if we're talking about your traditional dating where there's nobody, we're not talking about verbal abuse, we ain't talking about physical abuse, we ain't talking about none of that. We're talking about your everyday situation where women would typically leave because she didn't like how he did something, or she fell out of love, or she fell out of like for this man, and she found another guy. We ain't talking about that though. We ain't talking about that because that's typically what happened. That's typically what happens. Or the fact that we're not talking about the situation where these dudes who already them showed you who they were, but you thought that you were special and you thought that he was going to change for your ass when that wasn't the case. Let's have that conversation instead of trying to use the most extreme situation to try to prove a point. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that you fell in love with Jamarcus, and Jamarcus wasn't giving you the time of day. Jamarcus was giving you the cold shoulder, but for some reason you felt as if you needed to chase him, and you wanted him. You like the toxicity, you like the challenge. So therefore, when he show up and he's the guy that's not giving you all the attention, now you end up having a baby by him. But then when he already been showing you who he is in the first place. And then when he dip out on your ass, now it's, oh, none of these men out here, all these niggas ain't shit. Nah, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. Because you passed up Corey, you passed up Mark, you passed up all these quote unquote good guys that you probably should have been with, but because they were too lame, you passed up on them. And now look at you. Now that those cats that you passed up on, they're doing good in life. Now you trying to double back and like, oh, what's up, big head? Nah, you can keep it pushing. I don't want your ass. Nope. Don't matter. I don't care how successful you are as a woman. I don't care what degrees you got. I don't care about none of that shit. No, you got a baby. You got a baby that I don't want to take care of because it ain't mine. Simple as that.
Stay through that?
Well, first of all, I don't believe her because she went against what I taught her in the first place.
You don't believe her?
And that she should have got married before she carried.
Facts.
And if she got married before she carried, that
and mind you, let me preface it by saying this. If you don't care about being in a relationship, or your goals or intentions are to be married, this conversation ain't for you. Because we understand that not everybody wants to get married, but even though I think that's cap, but not everybody wants to get married. But I do believe that majority of women want to be married and in a relationship with somebody, in a monogamous relationship with somebody, right? So for those of you who want to be in a monogamous relationship, you need to take heed and pay attention to what men are telling you. It's not about men backlashing or putting you down or, you always attacking black women. You must hate yourself. You must hate the fact that you're black. No, none of that. I'm holding you accountable. I'm trying to put you in the best position. So yeah, I'm going to give you some tough love. Close your fucking legs. Simple as that. Stop being a thought out here in these streets. Focus on being the best woman that you could possibly be. Don't try to have high standards after you didn't have the baby. You should have had those high standards before you even had a baby. The standards that most women have today, a lot of these women that have these babies, they have all of a sudden they want to have these super high fucking standards. Where were your standards before that? Where was this whole celibacy mindset before? Where was this I want a high value man before? What was this thought process of I need a man that's on my level and above? Where was that shit at? Before you decided to go have a baby by TJ, who ain't got a job. The one who always driving your car and dropping you off at work. What about him? You knew he had 2 baby mamas prior. But yeah, you still decided to lay down with him. Because I like me a nigga I like that thuggish to him. You know what I'm saying? I like a nigga that don't pay attention to me. I don't want him to be a lame. I don't like a square ass nigga. Like, all right, guess what? Now you can't even keep up with this nigga. You can't find him. You don't know where he at. Every time you call him, you'll hear shit go straight to voicemail. He ain't seen his kid since you had the baby. You ain't even talked to him since he had the baby. But now you expect somebody who got their shit together, who don't have kids out of wedlock, you're expecting them to have everything. Your standards are all the way to fuck up here now. Fuck out of my face, man.
Would have been able to vet that man out too. So
meanwhile, this nigga.
So what if she married him?
Too many layers.
Look at this stupid shit. She thinks she funny, bro. She thinks she funny. You ain't funny. Shut up. Like, bro, you're not funny, dog.
Reason why you need a community.
Look, she laughing at herself. No, this is listen, man. Look, so when I went to JUCO, so quick story. Now we'll get back to it. I had this teacher, man, when I went to JUCO, because I kind of flunked out. I kind of flunked out my freshman year, because I wasn't playing basketball, so I had to get my grades back up in order for me to keep hooping in college. And so I had to go back to JUCO in my hometown and play ball at the JUCO and get my grades up. So we had this one teacher, dog. This one teacher. It was a guy. And it was I forgot the exact class it was. It had something to do with sports though. He always tried to tell a joke. Every single day, never failed. He tried to tell a joke, and every time he told the joke, he laughed at his own joke. And everybody in the classroom looking at him like, what the fuck he laughing at? Like, that shit wasn't funny. He does it every time. He'll say some off the wall shit. Yeah, man, I had 2 birds of a feather. They like Florida. They like frogs. What the fuck you laughing at? That shit ain't funny. Like, this is what she's doing. She's saying some goofy shit, some lame shit, and she think it's funny. And she real deal laughing at herself and laughing at the joke as if she just said some shit. Shit's wild.
Community is not there to raise your child. A community was there to help you vet through the bad decisions that you was going to make before you had a child. So I don't believe in excuses. I believe in ownership and accountability. I don't believe in that shit.
But as a man,
So to answer your question, no. I don't think you deserve any better.
As a man,
As
a man, I can say
I love you.
As a man, I can say I made
I
mistakes.
rock with you.
All right.
Rico, what you saying?
As a man, I can say I made mistakes in my discernment, right? I wasn't always perfect in my discernment, nor do I expect anybody to be perfect in the discernment. And in fact, at pivotal times, you can actually be imperfect when you need it to be perfect the most. So when it comes to a man vetting and I have a daughter myself. So when it comes to a man vetting the daughter's boyfriend or husband, whatever it may be, you don't know who that person will turn out to be 10 years down the line. There's a lot of people, first of all, a lot of these marriages don't fail until after a 7-year mark, right? So when they fail after the 7-year mark, they usually been together for some time before that. So if I just hypothetically say they had a decade in, the same person I am at 25 is not the same person I am at 35, right?
That's why you don't date. That's why you don't date based off of compatibility.
Unfortunately, some men and women can go backwards.
That's a fact.
So with that being said, does she deserve love? In my opinion, is yes, she always deserves love.
Of course.
But at the same time, she needs to understand what she missed out, which allowed her to rob herself of having real love in a real relationship.
No, she deserved love from that dude who she married.
Facts.
That's where it stopped at.
But what if he don't give it?
Why y'all don't believe in breaking up?
No.
Why y'all don't believe in leaving bad situations?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when that's an option, you will always go to it.
Yep.
I got married knowing that I never not get married, that I never get divorced. So guess what? It ain't no choice but to work it out.
Fact.
Do it.
So 2K.
But when you got them options on the table, you tend to utilize.
2K, in real life, I'm married too. Them options not on the table for me. But I'm telling you this, and it's the frivolous bullshit can't make me leave my husband. But I'm looking you in your face right now and tell you, if that man decided to start putting my head, knocking my head between the washers.
Why does he have to put his head? Why does it always result in him having to hit you though? Why does it have to result in him hitting you? We're talking about the simplest. These situations aren't that prevalent, bro. Yeah, it happens out here. Yeah, we're not telling you to stick with this nigga if he keep going upside your head. We're not telling you to do that. Common sense says get the fuck out of there because that's dangerous. You're putting yourself in a dangerous situation. We're talking about your average everyday Joe. Most men aren't putting their hands on women, dog.
In the dryer, I might be the fuck out of there, bro.
And if you love me, you're a duck.
If I love you, I what?
He's saying you a thug it out, sounding crazy as hell.
Thug it, hell no, bro.
Hey, you need to get that defense up.
I don't.
8 times out of 10, it ain't the man that's going through the domestic violence. Like, I'm not gonna say women don't put their hands on men, but these men, they change.
No, y'all using extreme situations.
Absolutely.
That's not.
And you gotta use
that happens so much more than what you think it do.
If he putting his hands on you, then it wasn't the first time before you had a kid with him.
Facts.
It is true.
Facts.
All
Listen,
right,
listen.
that's
It's
fair.
funny how y'all women intuition only work when it's time to leave.
I told you my
It never
intuition never works. It's anxiety.
It never worked before you opened up your legs to him. So your intuition ain't work, and your vetting process ain't work, and none of that stuff worked until afterwards, until you was ready
to be fair, they do.
I've always had a passion for helping people. Carrington really taught me to look at the patient as a whole and not just their specific test value.
They do be ignoring red flags. I
know y'all ignoring
red flags. Right?
Hey, you won. What's your other question, Bookie?
All right. Is it necessary for dads to be physically present, or can we make it work some other way? So, can we keep the holiday spirit without everyone under the same roof?
Is it necessary for dads to help raise their children, or can you do it alone? Look at my lips. Fuck no, you can't do it alone. That's why this world's so fucked up right now. We got emotional, sensitive ass, over the top ass dudes, and we got women who don't know how to be submissive wives. That's why we're so fucked up now. No, we need dads and moms in the household.
Nah, real talk.
Yeah,
period.
I agree.
Bro, if she was that chick in high school, I know my guy Clint can attest to this. If she was if we were all in high school and she was in high school with us and she was like that, we'd be looking at that bitch like, boy, get your lame ass about it. Bro, nah, fam. That shorty lame, dog. I'm sorry.
Listen, you need the dad there.
That
What?
shit wild.
Yeah.
Who the fuck boosts to saying you need to have two parents? What type of nigga is you?
Look at this ratchet shit.
Oh, you come from a sing.
Well, damn.
She said a weak one? Oh, shit. His girl up here with him. I hope you can fight. Lace him up. Okay, so what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think we need to have two-parent households, or can a woman figure it out on her own?
Nah, but listen.
She definitely needs help. Definitely.
Yeah, like the examples that's come day in, day in and day out just by watching is something in itself. So it's easy to say, hey, you treat a man like this, and this. But if you ain't got no examples of it, then you can't do so. You ain't never seen it. my daddy was an episode of the Cosby's, so I thought that's how I was supposed to live life for a long time. But when I got out here, I had to learn the hard way. So yeah,
Bro, that's a fact, bro.
What about you, Anton? Do you think that people that you can raise a child on your own without having your wife there?
Of course you could. All right, well, now I got to tell you the truth since you really want to get there. I think that's why the majority of these guys is gay.
Those views are 100% Anton Daniels and not of Let's Rant About It.
It's 100% me. I think that it's a lot of son husbands. Y'all selfish because now you're raising a son to be able to replace the man that you should have been with.
He not wrong
so
about that.
So what happens is that man grows up, he'll never tell you, but he resent the fact that he has to replace the husband and be the man of the house early, which he never really understood what it took to be a man. So now he operates out of his emotions and his femininity, which then leads to homosexuality. The reality is that, no. We got more men now that make emotional decisions versus logic. Every day.
If that man turned gay, his ass
I see a lot of guys, it's a lot of guys out here that act like they mama.
Yep.
They don't act like they father.
I don't think it turns them to homosexuality, but I do think that it makes them very emotional. I know a lot of dudes out here that crash out and don't know how to lead, but be upset as fuck that a woman won't submit to them. How can I submit to you when you've never seen true leadership to know actually how to lead a woman? How can I submit to you when whenever something goes wrong with me and I try to express myself to you, you want to match energy and give me bitchness back? How can I submit to you when every time I try to talk to you about something new, it's you trying to just throw off, oh, well, you made me mad when you did this. Nigga, we can't grow and be together in that way. It's impossible. It's two feminine energies. And a lot of times what's going on with a lot of women, what we don't want to talk about, a lot of women energy going masculine because there's so much bitch assness out here that we have to be masculine in situations.
And you can't say, what you mean so much bitch assness out here? What are you talking about? These are niggas that y'all choosing. These are the niggas that y'all choosing. Y'all are choosing. When are y'all gonna realize that first and foremost, ladies, y'all choose who y'all lay down with? That's the first one. A man can ask you every man can walk past you each and every day and say, look, man, I want you to bust it down for a real one. And you can say no each and every single time. Why? Because you have the power of the P. You got that power. I don't have control over your body since y'all like to use, my body, my choice, right? Because y'all like to use that only when it benefits your argument. Your body, your choice, right? So you choose who the fuck you lay down with. So that means you need to have better discernment on the type of man that you choose to lay down with. You talk about this bitch assness. These same cats that you laying down with and having babies with are the same cats that y'all end up being single baby mothers and raising. So then the same niggas that y'all are raising, that y'all are laying down and having these babies with. Same cycle, same exact cycle. So the bitch assness is coming from y'all bitch ass. Anton literally just put it out there for you. Well, because they have the tendencies of their mother. So therefore, that's why you see a lot of bitch assness, because there's a lot of single mothers out here, not simply because a lot of these men don't want to be in the kids' lives, because a lot of y'all are bitter because that man didn't want your ass. And so therefore, you're using your child as a pawn. So that way you like, well, nah, you can't see your son. No, you can't do that. We don't want you. We don't need you. I can do bad by myself. I can do this, that, and the third by myself. Now this kid growing up without a father, you telling him all this bullshit about the father, when the father can tell you he got a completely different story of how everything went. And then once you finally find out that you've been manipulated by your mom, saying all of these bad things about your father when none of that shit was true. And so you end up now you got this traumatized kid. So it's y'all, bro. It is y'all, straight up. Now, don't get me wrong. Are there some weak ass dudes out here? Yes, I understand that. But again, there's a reason why there are the majority of women, and you can say the entire population of women, but in this aspect, I'm just gonna keep it in the black community. There's a reason why the majority of black women are single with a child. And there's a reason why there are a majority of men that are single and childless. So, with that being said, if my math is correct, it's saying that a lot of y'all are having sex with the same dude and having babies by the same dude. I know myself personally. I know a couple of guys right now who got multiple baby mamas by about 3 or 4 different women. Literally. So that means y'all know that these men have babies already, but then you still decide to sleep with them and he get you pregnant. But then let somebody like myself come and tell you, well, you stupid. You knew he had babies. Why you even let him bust it down? What's wrong with you? Where was your antennas? When you know what I'm saying? Where was it? What was your logic? Where was any of that? What was your intuition? What was any of that shit? You disregarded everything because you wanted to be rebellious. You wanted to do what you wanted to do. You wanted to have a hot girl summer. Now you out here with a baby and don't nobody want you. Crazy.
Oh, baby, because I'm not a single parent raising no boys, baby.
You are a single parent, bitch. You had a bitch before you had, nigga, y'all are a mingled family. The kid, one of your kids ain't his. What you talking about? That's a mended family. So at one point you were a single mother. What you talking about, Randy?
It's a woman and a man in my household with good ass energy raising on my boys, Bookie.
Come on. Y'all gonna listen to Randy and y'all gonna crash out. The fact of the matter is,
y'all listen to Anton and y'all ain't gonna never get no pussy.
That's cool.
And look, and that's her. And see, she's showing herself right now. She's showing who she is. She's showing exactly who she is. I'll keep it playing, but I had to stop it one more time. She's showing exactly who she is. She's showing her true self right now. That's how what she just said. What literally I've been saying is what she just said proves the fact that a lot of these people don't care for the guys who doing doing shit the right way. Because no, this isn't a glazing situation. I am the epitome of the same thing that Anton Daniel talks about. I'm a black man. I have a good job. I don't have any children out of wedlock, big dog. None of that. I don't have little Courtneys out here. I don't have multiple baby mamas, dog. I had my children in marriage. I got married first, then had the children. There's a difference to this shit. There are many other individuals who live this way, and we're telling y'all how to get to it. And you can, and mind you, for those of y'all who got your mind focused on money, you can still get to the bag while you're married. Why do you feel as if you need to do it alone? Last time I checked, it's easier to get to the bag. It's easier to get to the millions, to get to the 100,000, wherever you're trying to be at, when you have somebody with you and on the same page as you. Yo, my masculinity doesn't come from me making money. My masculinity is based off of my character and the things that my father has taught me. My father. My father. For those of you, yeah, because I grew up in a 2-parent household. I had a father in my life. He taught me what it is to be a man. He taught me how to be stoic and have discipline on the things that, and to be truthful in the things that I talk about. And not only that, stand on the shit that I talk about, stand on the shit that I say. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And that's the problem. And then it's chicks like her. Well, see, that's why you listen to Anton, you ain't gonna get no pussy. And that's y'all problem right there. That's why you pregnant. Because you want the niggas who think like Papi Chulo. You want the niggas who think like Rico. who gonna tell you, nah, baby girl, you can, you know what I'm saying? You want niggas who could think like Ace Metaphor. That's what y'all want. Y'all want an Ace Metaphor type of nigga. Y'all want a Derrick Jackson type of nigga who gonna give you sweet nothings. Nah, queen. You know what I'm saying? You know, he ain't no real man because he don't want to take care of your kid, even though that ain't his kid. You know, a real man gonna take care of you and the kids, and then he gonna throw you some money on top of that. He gonna throw you $10,000 to help you pay for all your shit. That's what a real man gonna do. You know what I'm saying? A real man gonna wake up in the morning, you know, so he gonna throw you $1,000 and tell you go get your nails and hair done, baby girl, because you know, real men, that's what real men do over here. The fuck is that? No. And then guess what? They fall for it. They fall for this shit. And then the same niggas who get their ass pregnant and they go ghost. You can't even get $2 out the child support on their ass now. Them the type of niggas that y'all fall for. Them the type of niggas y'all bust it open for. And no, this ain't me being bitter. Trust me, I'm not bitter at all. I didn't have no issues getting women. I never had an issue with that. So I need y'all to understand that. I need to set the precedent by saying that. But because I've been on both sides, I see this shit. I've seen it. I understand it. And a lot of y'all are, man, let me be quiet.
We got Tesla robots coming. The fact of the matter
I heard it ain't got a coochie yet.
The fact of the matter is, no woman can truly teach a man how to be a man. No matter what
Absolute
you say.
fact. I agree.
No matter how you frame it.
I agree. I my son 15 and
you cannot teach him how to be a man. You don't even know what it, because see, men have to suffer. They have to learn how to fail in controlled environments. You can't raise your daughters with the same mindset that you're raising your sons with.
Right.
And a lot of times they're raising them to be equal. They're not raising them to be men.
And with all due respect to Crystal, you raised your son to be the perfect man for you.
No, I didn't. That part you're wrong on.
Can I take it to let me take it to Rico, because he been sitting here, his chest getting big, holding
I
in what
almost
he
threw the
gotta
mic.
say.
I'll be honest, I was about to walk off.
All right, cool. What you gotta say, big dog?
Although I do agree, I think that we also have to understand something, Randy.
What?
A two-parent household is not good enough when the man is just as much as a woman as the woman.
I said that.
But wait, because we gotta touch on the fact that a lot of women are marrying and procreating with women as men. So they have this little boy.
Help me to understand something. Help me to understand something. Are we playing semantics right now? Is that what we're doing? Wait. We gotta understand, because even in the two-parent household, the men, they can also be bitches in the household too. Listen, true. I'm pretty sure a lot of us can attest to that and understand. We understand that, right? We all got common sense, right? All right, cool. But the average majority, when you speak on it in a broad, when you put it out there, when you talk about the big picture, when you talk about in general, when you talk about everything as a collective, most children come out better in a two-parent household than they do in a single-parent household. That's a fact. So yeah, are there situations where the child still grows up pretty well and they grow to be a contributing member to society coming from a single-parent household? Yeah, absolutely. There are some. But is it as prevalent as it is with a kid that grew up in a two-parent household? No, it's not. It's not. So I don't even know. He should have just stayed quiet with this one.
Two-parent household, but he has a bitch-ass father.
Facts.
So for me, it's more than the two-parent household. It's about what a man really is.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about essence and boundaries. A man can make money, but if money makes the man, that's still not a man, sweetheart. But if the man is a man without the money, and a man is a man with the money, then he could raise an actual boy to become a man.
Talk your shit, Rick.
But that's my thing. So like we have a lot of men nowadays who think that they're a man because of financial establishment, and you're still a boy. You're just a boy, and you've been accepted by the woman that married you or is with you. So that doesn't make you qualified to raise another boy and to become a man, because it's a hard ass job.
Listen, you
He's
cooked with that
wrong.
one. Y'all,
He's wrong. 10 times out of 10, he's wrong. And usually what happens is that shaming language because a woman doesn't know her place and she doesn't know how to play her role. And that's what happens when you got people that sit here and say they want partnerships instead of saying I want to be in a marriage. It's too many partnerships and it's too many women that think that they know what it takes to even identify what a husband is, and y'all don't know. Y'all genuinely don't know. So you marrying somebody or you chasing somebody based off of what you missed because you're seeking a father. And then you want to call him a bitch when you don't necessarily agree with him because you're too masculine. That does not mean he's not a man. And just because a man does not always exert himself does not mean that he's not a man. It just means that he's enduring. It means that he's enduring through a circumstance that's not ideal because he understands that it's best for the child, and that's why you get most women that walk away exponentially versus men that are willing to.
No, you didn't. No, Randy, you didn't say that because you talking about something totally different than what the hell he's talking about. You're talking about something totally different. It's not the same. What he's talking about, just because he's not out here expressing himself and doing all these different things, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's a bitch. He may have some other things going on. He feels as if he don't have the time or the energy to even indulge in the shit. The shit that you was talking about, Randy, you talking about some bitch assness. You talking about sensitive ass, lady boy ass, mama's boy ass dude.
Men love harder than women.
That's a fact.
They love way harder than women. They love harder than women. That's why when we get cheated on, we broken. We love you even through your dumbass shit that you do. We overlook everything that's wrong with you in order to endure with you.
Let's get to the next question. But you only get a man one time like that. We're going to get to the next question.
A man is only that one time though.
Wait.
After that, they turn into a straight dog.
To understand that only a man can define a man, right? So as a man,
hold on. So what is Rico saying? Is Rico trying to say that? Is he saying that Anton ain't a man? Or is that what he's saying? It takes a man to define a man. Rico, didn't you grow up in a one-parent household, big dog? So how do you know what it takes to even be a man when you weren't even raised by one? All right, bet. I'm just saying. I get it. I'm just calling that. I know there's a situation where you can have father figures in your life. I get it, but come on, dog.
If a man is a man idealistically to society for the general perspective, then he can be the one to decide what a man is, right? So it's not necessarily the situation in the household, because the only reason why 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10 that woman is disrespecting you is because your circle disrespects you. And if I watch your circle disrespect you, why the fuck would I respect you?
Okay, Green.
If you see your circle don't respect you, then why should I? Because you're a man, right? Hold up. Did we just catch him in something? Hold up. So as a man, we are told to think for ourselves. We are told to have a mindset for ourselves. So if you see that other individuals are disrespecting this other man, you say, his group of people or people around him are disrespecting him. So that means you are going to be a follower, and you also going to disrespect him as well. You're not going to show him the respect. But you as a man, you have your own thoughts, right? You stand on your own as a man. So therefore, you're not going to disrespect another man because you see everybody else doing it. You're going to stand away from the crowd, right? As a man, that's what you're going to do, right? Because you don't know why they're disrespecting him. You don't know what happened. You don't know the situation. Why is it that they're disrespecting him? See? And all right.
Hey, Hoodie, what's your question? You ate down, what's that?
No, he didn't.
What's up? My name is Danye. And
where you from? Talking about what's up?
What up, though?
There you go.
And my name's Danye, and the question I got is, for those who are scared to date outside of what they're accustomed to, that hasn't worked out in the past, what's the first step they should take?
I moved past that.
It was only the fear.
I moved past that.
Oh no.
Oh, no, they're implementing another work platform.
You know, the fear of
up to because the songs have told you who to date. What they tell you, I need a soul.
This is in most women.
Let's watch that.
I'm not even mad at it, honestly, because we do. Caw, nigga. What you need, baby girl? What's going on with your sunglasses, with your cool ass?
Oh, thank you. Hey, my name is Randy. Hey, Randy.
No, the fuck it ain't.
It really is, with 2 E's, though. No.
Okay, all right, spell it out then. Spell it out.
Girl, Randy
Spell it out.
bro.
I was about to be mad as fuck.
You know, a big D, too, but it's okay. That's
Damn,
how
she
it is.
annoying.
Why would I be mad about a name? I'm crazy. Okay, come on.
So my question is there a such thing as a universal type, or is that just some kind of shit myth we tell ourselves? Should we be like, oh, this is the type of man I'm looking for, this is what it should be, this should be my type, and then are we like ultimately limiting ourselves?
Why are you looking for a man? I think, don't the Bible say a man who found a wife has found a good thing?
Here you go quoting some shit you don't believe in again.
I'm saying,
but you right.
So
he ain't wrong.
The man's supposed to find you.
The sperm swim to the egg, sis.
I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, no, I don't like when you make sense, nigga. Go ahead, Crystal.
What she said makes sense, though. Like,
what you mean?
Not saying that is right, but she said, is it a such thing as a universal type? You have a lot of women who say, I want a man that got money, status, you know, successful. You want all these things from this man. You know, I want him to be respectful. I want him to court me. I want him to do this. I want him to do that. This is, in most women, this is what they want. But then when Anton come in and say, are you that woman that deserves that? I agree with that.
You learning.
You learning is wild.
Are you, no, but I'm just saying, like, are you that woman that deserves that? It take a lot of healing. No,
I'm teaching.
He ain't always wrong. I'm gonna put it like this. I may not like the way that he put it out there, but he's not always wrong.
Hey, hold up. Hey, before I keep going, man, I just had to pause real quick. I gotta give a shout out to Tiege Hanley. Look at my face, bro. This shit glowing, bro. My shit looking smooth, dog. I do need to get a lined up and get my shit fixed up, though. Don't even worry about that. That's beside the point. We talk about my face. Bro, my face looking clear, dog. Look at that moisturize. That's wild. Hey, make sure you get your Tiege Hanley right now. It is right here. The QR code is right here. Go and get the Tiege Hanley right now. Or if you don't want to get the Tiege Hanley, you know what I'm saying, and you just want to show your support, definitely hit the Cash App, or you can, you know what I'm saying, buy your boy a coffee right here. You feel me? So let's get back to it.
Shut up. No, but we want a lot.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things on our list, but then we're not the type of woman that type of man.
Let me give you a solid ass, real ass answer. A lot of times that universal type appeases the white gaze. It's the black person that's gonna be acceptable. Your standards of what you like have been told to you. You didn't set the standard of what you didn't set the standard of what you got on right now. You're a consumer. All of us are. All of us are. So that goes also to who you're dating, who you want to open your legs up to, because the songs have told you who to date. What they tell you, I need a soldier. So what you dated? Bad street niggas. And what happened? You got your heart.
They was doing that shit before.
So yes, there is a universal type, but I hope we all grow the fuck up so we can actually learn what we like, what we want in a mate, opposed to asking our friends, well, girl, what you think a man needs to be like? Oh, girl, what you think? Because in reality, what she wants and what she requires out of a man is not going to be the same of what I want and what I require out of a man, because I'm a different person. And that's absolutely okay. Make a list. Go ahead and make you a list. What is it that you like outside of looks? What is it that you expect outside of finances? And go for that list. Stop worrying about, oh, he got to be 6'5", he got to make 100K, because 100K ain't shit in real life, okay?
Not with kids, I tell you. But
listen,
my
man,
thing, though.
Listen.
The thing with universal type, and I love what you said, Randy. I just don't all the way align with it, because a universal type is based on foundation. So if I say, okay, the odds of being successful or having a stable life is to go to college and get a degree. It don't matter what country you go to, that is the odds, and those odds are actually typically in your favor. So I believe a universal type is based on the foundation of proven concept. Now, are there exceptions to the rule? Of course. There will always be. But a universal type is to actually give you some type of foundation of what to look for, which will also alleviate you from suffering from the red flags when you try to go outside of that.
That's a mature-ass response, but a universal type can also be that one nigga in the hood that's getting money, and every bitch say, you know what, that's going to be my nigga right there, because...
That's not... That's not a universal type. That's not what it is, Randy. You talking about this hood shit or these group of individuals who think a certain way. Universal means everyone as a collective. That means the entire world as a collective. There's a foundation. That means a universal type. Yes, are there many different nuances? Yes, some people like a skinnier woman, some like a woman that's truly a really in shape woman. That's why you see really beautiful women. I'll give you an example. Look at the Halle Berrys. She's a universally beautiful woman. Universally, everybody thought she was beautiful as a collective. Everybody, black, white, orange, green, they thought she was fucking gorgeous. You understand me? That's a universal beauty. That is a beauty that most women would love to achieve and most men would love to have. That's a universal beauty. When you look at women like Margot Robbie, Megan Fox, the Nia Longs, who else we got? The Hillarys from Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? You got chicks like that. Those are universally gorgeous, beautiful women. Those are the women you look at, you be like, ooh, no matter your race, I don't care what your preference is. You can't sit here and tell me that those women aren't beautiful. You can't. You can't sit here on a good day, on a bad day, on an indifferent day and tell me those women aren't beautiful. You can't. And so that's what we're talking about. And it goes the same when you talk about universal standards. That goes the same way with creating a business. Yeah, have people created businesses through other situations? Yes, but the foundation of how to create a business is always the same. That's why a lot of people always give a blueprint. There's always a blueprint on how to become successful. Yeah, you can do it different ways. You can twist it around a little bit and make it your own. There's always a blueprint for it. So there's a beauty. That's why there's a beauty standard. When there's a beauty standard and they're fucking it up because now you're bringing a lot of thicker women into it, a lot of these big women. That's not, I get it. We understand that there are different body types in the world, but most people would like a woman that's an in shape woman. We're not talking about the skin and bone women. We're talking about the women that are actually in shape. They're fit. That's why we don't say we don't want a woman that's skinny, a pretty skinny woman. They say a pretty fit and feminine. Fit and feminine, meaning you're in shape. You're in shape. You're working out. You know, you got a little tone to your muscle. You know, you're slim. You got some fat. You may have, you may got a little booty bump back there, whatever the case may be, but you're not skinny. You're fit. There's a difference between the two.
He's the one that he's in charge. He's the leader. He the one got the bag, and that's the one I want. So it really depends on your environment and where you at. Let's get to the next question so we can have time to make sure.
The only one up there
what's your
drinking.
question? Your outfit cute.
Thank you. So I've been married for 9
I guarantee
years
she
now.
wanna.
Amen.
I guarantee she probably one of the drinkers that get even louder too. She probably the one that
What
ready
are the
to fight.
benefits of being married, and how do you get to 20 years?
So that's to me specifically? Yeah. All right, so I'll give y'all my rule of thumb.
I'm only 20, so I ain't been married 20 years.
No, I'm going to give you my rule of thumb.
Randy, shut your stupid ass up.
The first part is, I think that people focus on the thing that they like about each other, and so they don't really take into consideration what you're willing to endure through.
Yep.
Facts. Because everybody like each other when everything goes well, but what happens when the money runs out, right? What happens when she have a...
If you're thinking of going back to school to get a new job so you can earn more, don't do it. You don't...
baby and she don't feel like herself. So, my biggest thing is,
hey, bro,
I've always had
up.
2 rules. Number 1, I'm never going to force you to be anywhere you don't want to be, so you're going to have to want to be here. That's number 1. The second rule is, I'm going to focus 98% of my time on the thing that I like about you. I'm not trying to change you. I'm going to spend 1 to 2% of my energy on trying to fix whatever it is that we got going on, and I'm going to spend the other 98, 99% of my time on the thing that I really, really like about you. And everything else makes sense. Everything works out. Everything is going to be cool. Y'all just got to stop making mountains out of molehills and turning small arguments into big things. Right. And here's another thing. Leave everybody out of your relationship. Stop telling everybody what's going on in your life. Stop advertising your man's D to your homegirl. Stop telling all of your business to your mama because you gonna make up with him and she gonna still hate him.
That's true.
Stop listening to social media. They don't know shit.
Stop watching them relationship podcasts that don't give a fuck about you.
And the biggest thing is you have to genuinely focus on the thing that you like about them, not what everybody else is telling you about them. That's the key to being successful. And take it one day at a time. It ain't about 20 years. It's about what tomorrow is going to bring. I only focus on having a phenomenal time today. That's it. I don't care about what happened yesterday or today.
I know that's right. What about you, 2K? You've been together. You've been with your wife for like 10 years, right?
I'm gonna stop that part.
Okay, you better correct me then. Shoot, he said no.
I need Randy, bro. I seriously need Randy to. She gotta cut it out, bro. Real talk. Randy gotta cut it out, bro. She talk way too much. She do way too much for me, man. I don't know about y'all, bro, but that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it at all. Yo, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's gonna help the algorithm keep pushing it out to those people who want to see my type of content. Also, make sure if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. But also, if you want to support, definitely hit the Cash App QR code right here. Or, if you want your face to shine like your boy right now, go and get your Tiege Hanley right here. Link is right here. So go ahead. You already know how to get that. So therefore, and also the link is in the comments as well. So I want to go ahead and move on. To the last segment of tonight. And this one might be a little shorter, but it might get a little deep because this one here is it's eye-opening. It's eye-opening for a lot of situations, and it not only is eye-opening, but it also it shines the light on a lot of people. And I'll explain that in a second. But the more and more, the older I get, I tend to see that you have a lot of these blackity blacks. And y'all know who blackity blacks are. The ones, Black Lives Matter, the ones who think everything is about race, the ones who play victim, the ones if they get denied by somebody that it was a racist reason that somebody don't like them for whatever reason. The reason why a lot of people you got people wearing their hairs in certain hairstyles that's not conducive to, the work environment, and the manager who may not be of the same colors has something to say, then they automatically think that is race. Instead of you adapting to the culture, you think instead of you adapting to the work culture, you think the work culture is supposed to adapt to you. And so we're gonna get into it, but I got extremely triggered off of this, and it pissed me off, and because there's a lot of black women who really think like this and they really play victim. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. But before I do, let's see what my boy Clem got to say. Clem says she the podcast that don't care nothing about them. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. So this one here's the 3 minutes. So I'm gonna skip ahead first to get to it, to get to the part that I'm trying to get to. Cause this shit is diabolical. And Anton, he got in her ass. No Diddy. Well, I mean, ain't no Diddy because she a chick, but he got in her. He got in her. So let's see. Let's go right here. Because it's the last few minutes. All right. Let's see here. Yo, make sure y'all flooding the likes too, man. All right, let's see. Is this it? Yeah, this it right here. Yeah, because this one Jasmine starting to talk because she thinks she knows what she's talking about. Yeah, this is it. All right.
raised about something that's not actually something that
well, let's find out. Let's find out. Let me look up what I found.
Hey, this chick that was on Pop the Balloon.
Let's see.
She was a lot bigger though, but yeah, I remember she had that.
Oh, it
she
says
had
the
that
Air
auntie
Force
haircut.
removes something with the DEI ban. Air Force removes course videos of Tuskegee. That's aiming. Yeah.
That doesn't mean that.
But why though?
You don't know what the videos are saying, right? Like, I don't know anything about it. But listen, this is what I know. He signed an executive order to remove DEI from aviation, right? And what that is he wants it to be 100% based off of you being able to do the job effectively and being trained to do the job effectively instead of hiring somebody based off of identity. If you're a good woman and you're great, you can do it. If you're a black man and you're great, you can do it. If you're a white man and you're the best in your class, you can do it. That's it. That's the only executive order that he signed.
And he was more focused on like them hiring people with mental disabilities, because all of that is included in DEI. So he basically was really focused on them hiring like people with schizophrenia, extreme bipolar disorder, and stuff like that in like the air control in certain positions. They were really focusing on that part of it.
So
I did find
that came directly as a result of this plane crash over in DC.
Plane crash, exactly.
So why didn't he only remove those people instead of removing the whole program? If I have problem with trans, I take the T out of the LGB.
Let's skip ahead just a little bit, just a wee bit. We want to get to the crazy shit. You know what I mean?
You learning about the Tuskegee Airmen help you be a pilot?
Because I assume when you go and you become a pilot or you start to learn about the aviation industry, they teach you the people and black people in this country. And there
Here we go.
Put the LGBTQ awareness and all of that over our month as well. It gets diluted in so many other things to continue to suppress what the month is supposed to represent. I'm in total agreement. It should be Black History Year because Black history is American history. But they work overtime to remove the history out of school books, to remove the history out of education. They're trying to rewrite history because of some type of harbored guilt, because they know, unfortunately, that their ancestry and ancestors and their lineage is attached to pillaging, rape, stealing, and wronging a lot of indigenous people and black people in this country. And there has never been any reform or repair for that. It's just somehow it appeared to just dissipate, but it's still embedded into the system. So it's just like, don't get mad at us because we want to be great and we want to mind our business and be great. But every time we mind our business and be great, here come white folks bombing us out, flooding us out, making noise and making it seem like we're the ones that are the savages. We're the ones that are just so crazy and lazy and everything. We have made so many strides, and every single time we couldn't thrive because of the jealousy and the envy and just the sickness of white supremacy in this country.
What?
So yeah, if we only are going to be subjected to just 1 month and 28 days, we absolutely should yell it loud so that our children's children and everybody knows the true history of this country, because to know the history of the country is to know what's happening right now.
But that should be taught throughout the year, Jazz, not just 1 month. That's my point. Like, that's my point.
What the hell Jazz talking about, man?
But that's not what they're going to do. They're not going to acknowledge
it doesn't matter what they do regarding your kids. It's what you do with your kids.
Well, we know that. No, I'm not talking about what they can do to our kids. I'm talking about how it is placed in society, how just in general, how they want to erase everything in general, what anybody knows about America. They want to remove these historical facts on what.
Regardless of the situation, if you got the information, you got the facts, then won't you teach it to your kids? Simple.
actually happened, on how this land was taken, and the things that actually
it's not all
happened.
of them,
And
but man, some of
it
them
is because it is a dark history. It is because there are a lot of terrible things that happened. A lot of these things and these people that participated in that shit are alive today. People that endured those those racist issues and those disadvantages, and having to be subjected to racism when they just trying to go to school and get an education. Ruby Bridges is alive and well today. So we're not that far removed from this stuff. And there's never been any type of anything
Right,
to
that's
say,
a
you know
fact.
what,
No
that
research,
was
just
fucked up.
repetitive word salad
We
of
kind
things
of
that
fucked
don't
up
pertain
a
to
whole
parents or
community
society.
that were
Exactly, dog.
and thought these people were less than human. We thought it was actually normal to hang people up from trees and have basket lunches under them and take photographs. This
Jazz.
was, but we're the savage in this country. So it's just like, I just want us to be really like mindful of why it is important to uplift Black voices in our contributions and not assimilate to the white supremacy aspect of getting over the past, and we don't need to teach this and we don't need to teach the real history because of the harbor guilt that a lot of these white supremacists have. But that's it.
Okay.
Hey, I was just gonna say, do you feel like we
Wait,
get
classic,
far?
wait,
Oh, go
classic.
ahead.
Anton
Yep.
gotta read some stats. Anton said he gotta read some stats or something.
There was 11 observances that are banned in the Defense Intelligence Agency ordering a pause on all activities and in giving people days off for observance of multiple different things, including LGBTQ Pride Month, Holocaust Remembrance Day, Juneteenth, and Black History Month.
See, it's all lumped in together.
And why not St. Patrick's Day? Why
And
not
all
Columbus
of those,
Day?
because those are things that are not celebrated by the DIA, by the Defense
Right, that's not
Intelligence.
DIA.
So they're saying that they are pausing all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, including every group that segments and celebrates itself, which includes the LGBTQ,
but why though?
Holocaust remembrance, and everything else. And so if it doesn't actually add value as far as taxpayer dollars and you're doing your job, it will not be celebrated and observed.
Well, I
So
would argue that.
Women's Day is not out. All the
Women's Day.
That's not real.
Yeah, that's not a real.
There's not the real.
Women's
Wait, y'all
National
don't
Day
have
is
Women's Day? That's crazy.
They
We have
made
Women's
it
Day.
now. They got
It's
Sister
all-
Day,
it's
Brother
all
Day,
made up.
Dog Day,
All this
boyfriend.
And it
Sister
says
Day,
federal
Sister
agencies
Day,
on
Daughter
Friday.
Day.
It said federal agencies on Friday rushed to comply with President Donald Trump's executive orders aimed at curtailing all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. And then it listed some of those, like LGBTQ Pride Month, Holocaust Remembrance Day, and other special observances.
Well, I would argue that if it's about tax dollars, I would argue that Black History must actually.
Wait, so you're not just going to say because you, first of all, you said it lumped all into the LGBTQ and all of that. So you're not going to acknowledge that you was wrong about all of that?
Wrong
Yeah,
about
exactly.
what?
That's what I'm saying. I get annoyed when
don't worry.
I get annoyed when
What
people
was
do
I
that,
wrong
man. They
about?
just keep talking.
So
and talking.
the
They
thing,
still, they're
Jazz, is
still
not
trying to remove it,
No,
and I'm still trying to
Jazz.
figure out.
Going.
My
Jazz,
thing
hate
is this: you're saying that if it doesn't contribute to tax dollars, I would argue that the Black History Month does stimulate the economy and contribute to tax dollars because they've been
federal
able
workers,
to profit.
federal workers are paid by tax dollars. So
They've
what
been
they're
able to
saying is
profit.
we need to be more responsible with our federal tax dollars instead of using it to celebrate people. We need to use it to make sure that people get paid, do their jobs, and do the jobs that they're getting. You know what I'm saying? That they do for the defense agency. It has nothing to do with. Don't matter if it's the Holocaust that acknowledge Jewish people, LGBTQ. It don't matter none of that. All of that stuff is going away.
But what is the stat that says that? What is the stat that says that Black History Month in particularly contributes to a deficit in tax dollars or in anything?
No, it's saying that if you're being paid
Like, what
as a
harm is
federal
doing it?
employee by
harm is
American
doing it?
Jazz, shut the hell
taxpayers,
up. Let them.
so we
ask.
pay federal
How the fuck
employees
you gonna ask a
salaries.
question and then keep talking?
And
Shut up.
they need to be more responsible for the money that's being distributed and being used.
You know, this is something. I hope this reaches a lot of people. For people, when you're having a discussion, if you're having a discussion between two people, maybe it's a debate or you're having a discussion about politics or men and women, whatever the case, whatever the topics are, please, when you ask the question, that is not room for you to continue to keep talking after you ask the question. If you want to set the preface before you ask the question, look, before I ask the question, let me set the stage by saying this. Boom, 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 boom. This, that, and third, ABC 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Then you ask the question and you shut the fuck up and let the person answer the question. Don't keep talking after you ask the question. Because now all you're doing now you're adding in some loaded shit. So now you have the question. Now you're just talking. But okay, well, let me ask you this. What if X, Y, and Z happen, and then 1, 2, and 3, but then A, B, and C happen? Then as soon as the person starts talking, and then, but if this, that, and the third, like, bro, shut up. Let them answer the question.
In the government, if it's a private business, you could do whatever the fuck you want to do. But federal taxpayer dollars need to be spent more responsibly, and it shouldn't be spent on celebrating holidays.
Okay, but how has Black History Month in particular what has it done to create a deficit in the economy is what I'm trying to figure out. Because if this is, you're saying it has to be gone because it's not what it's not.
But there's a Jazz is about, you are not wrong on the description of things, right? You are not weaponizing it, right? To be honest, the LGBT month and the Black month is to sell T-shirts with the Black Fist and the rainbow flag. It's commercial. It's like the Valentine's Day. It's not about love. It's about candy. It's not like Christmas. It's not about families be together and Jesus. It's about consumerism. All these things, all these things being turned into a cosplay type of thing.
It's money.
And you know what? Actually, you should actually want, and again, looking from the outside, is these, right? The small ads got land. And reparations. Slave owners got reparations. The Indians got casinos. Everybody got something substantial, but Black people got something cosplay. Look, we give you a month, and you need to be happy about that. What you need to do.
I agree.
We will relinquish the Black month in trade for something of substance, so you guys can actually give us something, and we get you out of your way. Since you don't want us to celebrate X, Y, and Z, give us something of substance, like you did to every other group, like you give to this white woman, like you give to these gay people, like you give to everybody, and we'll leave you out of here. And respectfully, just last thing, just to wrap it up, the DEI should be solved in such a simple way. Everybody that was hired through DEI will have an evaluation test to see if they're actually competent for their job or not. If you fail, you're out. If you actually comply to the instructions and you are up to standard, you keep your job because you actually earn it. End of story. This is cosplay. This is just to give a red meat to the rabbi. Oh my God! This is just to appease to
Nobody is getting laid off from jobs that listen. Y'all got it wrong, and maybe it's just because you're not a part of American culture, you don't understand.
Yes, French people getting out of the military.
Listen to what I'm saying before you reply. Nobody is getting laid off as a result of being hired based off of their competency, okay? There are actual positions, entire departments called diversity, equity, and inclusion that teach people to observe these months or do all of this dumb shit, or is recruiting people based off of that. Those departments, those jobs, a job as a direct diversity, equity, and inclusion director is going away. You don't need that position anymore. If you're competent at a job that a company is actually generating revenue off of because you're adding value into the company itself, then you will keep the job. Going forward, nobody will be discriminated against as far as if you're the best person for the job, but we need another woman in the job. Instead, you will not be denied over her. It's going to be whoever it is best for that particular position. Okay. So the positions, for example, on a college campus.
Other stores say quality bread has to be expensive. We don't. Say no more.
Even to start cooking.
How often do you think about your poop? Now, some people think about their poop a lot. Others, not so much. Did you know that every time?
For a lot of these college campuses, they had been required to keep and employ a bunch of people in the diversity, equity, and inclusion department. That is going away. All right. You don't need a competency test to keep a diversity, equity, and inclusion department. Does that make sense now?
If it's how you say it, it makes total sense. But I'm sad for people like classical codes because now he can get a job just handed out to him. He has to work for it. That's very sad.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says.
It was a joke. It was
and this
a joke.
is the thing. It's a lot.
I was being mean, Anton. It was a joke. I
know you joking right now, but I'm just saying it's
concede.
not what it says. As far as it's a lot of misinformation that's being put out there, and I don't listen. If y'all want to observe Black History Month, what do you observe it?
Oh yeah, well yeah, obviously.
Right.
I'm still
Y'all need somebody else. Y'all need validation from somebody in order to celebrate something that's meaningful.
That's what
to you?
I'm saying. It
That's
could be
what
a
I was
whole
thinking.
year.
No.
You could be
I'm not
celebrating
saying-
a
I'm
whole
not
year
saying-
of it.
I'm not saying not to. I observe Black history and Blackness all year round. I'm just saying I didn't understand. So thank you for breaking that down. I didn't understand why these particular sectors were being attacked if they were not harming the economy in any way. You know what I mean? I thought there were other things that, you know, were a little bit more important as far as where our dollar is going and how the economy is stimulated. I just didn't understand, like, how is Black History Month harming anything? How is Holocaust awareness harming anything? Like, why?
Y'all can celebrate whatever y'all want to celebrate. Just make sure you
then
go
this
to
is
work
what
and do your job first too.
and Jason, this is what I'm talking about. It's just performative once again. It's
Yeah.
just red meat is symbolic to the right wing that
what
don't
you
like
said,
this stuff.
Fatty, what you said, Fatty, was interesting because you said we'll relinquish this month so they can actually give us something.
You have to weaponize it, yes.
But that's not the plan, is it?
No,
It's not
no,
going
but
to be
there's
observed as an official month or an official holiday from the federal agencies. If y'all want to go home and talk about it, if you want to do a potluck, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Nobody is stopping y'all. I don't really understand what the problem is.
I just feel like you shouldn't be
problem
fighting.
is I
People
just
shouldn't be fighting for no month. Like you want more than just a month.
Oh, we've been saying we need more than we need more, period, and still haven't gotten anything.
But from what? From who do
I
you
don't
need
celebrate
more
shit.
from?
I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate. I be working.
We need.
I don't care nothing about none of these holidays.
You don't think?
All
You
this
don't think?
is an excuse. Fatty is right. All of this junk is just an excuse for y'all to go out and spend money.
Yep. So
half
Sheena,
of
you
y'all,
don't think
half of the holidays that y'all celebrate, y'all don't even know what it means.
Valentine's Day, Halloween.
So I don't care nothing about.
So Sheena, you don't think?
Now I do respect other people's rights and to do what they want to do and to believe in whatever they want to believe in. So if you think it's meaningful to celebrate Black History for just the month of February, or you want to do it all year long, wear your dashikis. You know what I'm saying? Burn some sage. Don't wear shoes.
Hey, I burn sage.
That's racist. Stop it, Anton. That's very racist of you. What you doing, Anton? That's racist.
Nobody's
See what you doing.
Have at it. Rock.
And by the way, put some respect on Halloween, okay? I would agree with all the holidays, but Halloween is for real, so put some respect
No,
on
Halloween is a money grab too.
Hey, Q, you better stop it. You better stop it.
You can do a lot of
LGBTQ month.
work
on
Halloween.
I have my own holiday in
I'm
my
listening.
own household. It's to
this is
celebrate
this is
end
what
time.
the shit's about to
Most
go left,
women,
y'all.
they celebrate their birthdays all month, and y'all don't say shit to them.
Okay, Sheena, I got a question for you. You said
Q does that.
what more do Black people need? Do you feel like we have been treated fairly economically in this country since the beginning, and that we are not owed any?
No, what I said was, who do we need it from? That's what I said.
We need it from the people who put us in that position. So
yeah,
the
but
federal government.
So the thing about that is you're expecting something from them that will never
That
be
they
given
owe.
to us.
That they owe.
So it puts you in this cycle of just
Y'all hear this victim mentality? Y'all hear this, right? That they owe us. Don't nobody owe you shit.
expectation when that will never be given to us by the government. We have to do that on our own.
And that's a problem. No.
Yeah, we have to do that on our own. We have to trust ourselves and be accountable of what we teach our kids every day, not just in February. We have to teach them about their history, not just slavery, because slavery is not our history. We were kings and queens before slavery.
Not
That's
everybody.
not really.
I'm fully
very
aware.
small. It's a very small part of our history, really.
Not everybody.
I'm not even.
We have to be accountable for. We don't need like you would say maybe the white
Sheena,
man.
who told you that all of these black people were kings and queens?
For real.
Well, and not all of them, of course.
No, because everybody is
I'm not
a
saying
king.
black. No, I'm not speaking
Everybody
of black
not a king or
people.
queen.
This was before
So
we
we are
were
cousins.
Black Americans. No, this is before we were Black Americans.
Listen,
But
no,
our history is not
listen,
just
listen.
slavery.
No,
That's
Sheena,
Sheena,
that is
our
a
history is not just
narrative that was
slavery.
made up by people that pander to black women. What's up, queen?
No, that is not true.
No,
Oh
that's
my
not what I'm
God.
talking
What's
about.
up, queen?
I'm talking about the hidden history that we don't get taught.
You telling me that
as
all
black
black
people.
women were queens?
No. I said
You
slavery
so
is not
anti-black
the
woman. It's
pinnacle
really
of
sick.
our
Here we
history.
go.
Slavery is not the
Here we go
pinnacle
left,
of our
y'all.
history. Like they keep trying to bring us back to slavery.
I'm
So I
talking
don't
about
need
in the
to
golden
teach
era,
my
of
kids
whatever
about
era
slavery.
y'all think that y'all was Nefertiti and shit.
Hey,
Well, of course, black people were the first people on Earth. So of course we were at the top of the top of the totem pole at one point. So of course that's just obvious. But what I'm saying is, in America,
why do you think they treated black people in particular the way that they did?
Well, not-
Who was they?
It's
the people you love so much. You
Hey,
love
hey,
them.
hey,
I
hey,
love
Sheena.
Americans.
Hey,
I
Sheena,
love
don't
the
listen.
people you love
I
so
love
much.
good.
You know who.
Listen, first of all,
slaves
y'all
were
keep-
not
the
immigrants.
fact that y'all even keep
Somebody
referring to
just said that.
yourselves as black is sad. It is.
You're
You
sad.
are black.
What would you
sad.
be?
African
What would you
American.
consider
You're
yourself?
referring to yourself as a color.
African American.
Yeah, what would you
Literally,
consider
you're
yourself?
referring to yourself
And
as
what would
black.
you? Yeah, and what would you consider yourself?
Yeah, what
White?
would you say?
He's talking about African American and black. People are not. You're not black. You're African American.
Man, we're
Well,
not about to
I
play
didn't say none of that.
semantics.
I didn't say none of that.
We're
I'm
not about to play
I'm not.
semantic
I'm not
So what
gymnastics,
would
okay?
you-
You know what this
nothing.
is.
I don't know
What would
nothing.
you call?
I'm not.
Anton is not black. He's OJ. Okay, and Queens, don't listen to him because y'all are Queens and
He
he's
wish.
terribly wrong.
He wish.
He's wrong.
Fatty
I'm
over
not
there.
He's
black.
wrong, Queen. Get him.
He really wants a seat at that table.
Wait, I have a
Get
question.
him, Queens.
very
Get him.
clear.
What
Because
table?
somebody
Like Jazz
No, but
said,
what? I'm really curious of what you would call yourself. Like,
you
how
don't
do
say
you?
American.
But wait,
Just
Sheena, to
American?
go back to what you were saying,
Mhm.
it wasn't a matter of people. You're saying we have to do what we do as a community to progress, and you understand that, Sheena. We have.
We haven't. We haven't.
No,
So
no,
we
Sheena.
haven't
No,
in a
Sheena.
oneness type
Black,
of
no,
way.
no, let me finish, please.
Mhm.
Because you can't say we haven't when we had a thriving community in Black Wall Street. When
Yeah.
we had when we
Wow.
had thriving communities in Georgia that were flooded out. We have tried, and every time that we did try, there was a roadblock. There was something there to tear us down. This is just a fact. Stating the fact does not make you a victim. Every other person that has been mistreated by another group has had some type of reform or repair. Even slave owners were given reparations when slavery was ended. There was never any reparation or reform for people in this country that have endured the most hate the longest, and we contributed the most into this country. And just because we call it out and say, hey, you all need to assess this and give these people, just like you gave it to this group of people, that group of people, you gave reform there. We are still in line looking for that reform. That doesn't mean that we're not going to do anything about ourselves, but what we need to do as Black people is get out of this individualistic mindset and just say, well, it's just me. Y'all, if y'all over there, y'all doing this. No, we were able to make the strides that we were able to back when we were because we understood the benefit of community, of us trusting each other. And that's what we need to get back to. And it's people like Anton that may infiltrate these type of movements because he wants to appease the oppressor, if you will. Now, you may hear me say oppressor and think nobody is oppressing me and this of that nature, but there is systemic oppression that is still alive and well. You can smile and laugh it off and act like it's not real.
All right, okay. Hold on. Before I keep it going, is there systemic? Listen, I may be far removed from it. I don't know. Where is it? I don't see it, and it's not because. And no, I'm not going around here. I don't have my magnifying glass or my binoculars out here looking for it. I don't see it. Maybe y'all do. Do y'all see it? Because I don't know.
Because you think you sit in a particular socioeconomic class that you're exempt from the bullshit that is still embedded in our system in our society. But the fact of the matter is,
the fact not the black woman, she's a black queen.
The fact of the matter is, black people are owed so much in this country, and they know this. They know this. This is why they've done so much to try to keep us at bay. Too much.
Do so much. Now she just talking. First and foremost, don't nobody owe you a motherfucking thing. They don't owe you. They don't owe you shit. You got to go and get it. It's as simple as that. All this depending on the government shit. Like, bro, yes. I absolutely despise it. Don't make me feel oppressed because that's how you feel. I don't feel oppressed. I can go outside and walk the street and walk in my neighborhood with my hoodie on and not get fucking pulled over. I can do that. I can drive in my car with my windows down in my car as a black man, sitting right next to a cop, listening to my music, listening to my rap music, and bobbing my motherfucking head, and I'm not getting pulled over. And I haven't yet. And I've done it multiple times. What are we talking about? I'm able to be on here. I'm able to be on YouTube and create a platform that's going to turn into a business where I'm going to be able to make money from it. That I am making money from it. I don't feel oppression nowhere. I don't feel the oppression. I don't. Maybe it's because I'm not moving in such a way that I'm so pro blackity black that I'm moving as an American. I'm not looking at myself as, you know what, bro? I'm so black, bro. Like everything I gotta do is black, bro. Like you feel me? When I start my business, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be black owned. You feel me? Like, no. I'm moving like an American. Now, the plus is that I'm black. Cool. I never hated my skin, never once in my life. I love the hair that I have because I can do many different hairstyles with my hair. I can cut my hair off and I got waves and I can grow my shit out and I can put braids in my hair. I can dread my shit up if I wanted to, but I ain't gonna dread my hair because I don't want to dread my fucking hair. I can do many different things. I'm not oppressed, bro. I'm not. I have a beautiful home. I have beautiful kids. I got cars. I got all that. I don't feel as if I'm walking on eggshells in these streets. I have a job. I have a job at one of the biggest companies in the world that y'all know. Each and every day they tell me how great of a job that I'm doing, and they see me in a management position on a daily because I'm doing what I'm fucking supposed to do at my job. They're opening the door. They're finding ways to create new departments so that way that I can become a manager in certain areas. Not because of DEI. It's because I'm doing my fucking job. I'm being culturally appropriate. I'm a part of the work culture. I'm a part of the culture. I'm not over here, you know, you're going to have to accept me for who I am. I'm going to be this way. This is just me. No. I have to adhere to the company. They don't adhere to me. I chose to work at that company, so therefore I have to adhere to their standards. And if I don't adhere to their standards, I'll get fired. And that goes for anybody, no matter your color, no matter if you're black, white, orange, or yellow. If you're showing up time, you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're learning, you're staying curious, and you're continuously getting better each and every day, no matter what color the manager is, they see the shit, and therefore they want to see you succeed. What the fuck are y'all? What world are y'all living in right now? Like, let's take it off of me. There's a prime example. You got Anton Daniels right here, a black man, the epitome of what a lot of people would want to be. Real talk. Married, no kids out of wedlock, dude is a millionaire, multiple businesses. Mind you, he hires mostly black people. On top of that, most of those black people are women. On top of that, which is wild. And he's investing in other black people's businesses. On top of that, he's helping other people get out of situations and helping them get to the bag, which I'm one of them. And I got a couple of friends that's one of them too. Clem also. So what is this oppression that we're talking? What is this oppression that she's talking about? What is it? But guess what though? We're seeing it in real time. We're seeing it. We're seeing why she probably feels oppressed. We're seeing it. But here we go. I'm gonna let it keep going.
Too much progress and too much unity is a threat to white supremacy. This is why they're always in our fucking business. How dare this community thrive and build together? So what I'm saying now to you, Sheena, I'm not in
give a fuck about your community.
Right.
You don't give a fuck about the
y'all
community.
Y'all can't even save yourselves from yourself. Y'all can't even stop killing each other.
Listen, baby.
You can't even.
All she want to do is
You
talk.
can't get your own community. Ain't nobody scared of y'all.
Here's the thing. Anton, you ain't got to worry about it, baby.
What is okay? Listen, let's assume that the Wizard of Oz is behind the scenes. He's saying, man, we need to figure out who's the most threatening group inside of the United States of America. What makes you think that they're gonna go to Martin Luther King Boulevard and say, yeah, that's them?
Because they already did. When the Black Panthers got armed, they literally changed the laws to stop them. All people wanted guns. As soon as the Black Panthers got guns, let's change the laws. Everybody was doing drugs. As soon as black people stop doing drugs, they do that all the time, every time, because respectfully, they see us as the apex predator. That's why they have to pass laws to actually kind of control it. So, Anton,
here's the thing. Here's what I want to say.
Wait.
I know what you're going to say, Anton. Don't go there. I have a quick answer.
Let me just say this and I'll be done.
You're not even here in the United States.
Just because I didn't go to the moon, that doesn't mean that I can explain what the moon is. Thank you. I'm not an astronaut.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about? They don't see you as a threat because you're not even here.
No. What you said to Jess was, why are you guys so scared? History actually shows that they are scared. Who got Martin Luther King out of here? Who got Malcolm X out of here? Who literally put people in chains because they could go to respectfully? They are afraid of you.
Nursing is tough. It is not an easy job. It is not for everybody. But it is very rewarding.
This is what happened when
Carrington
you have a
prepared us.
man.
That's why they've been doing what they've been doing. So why are you lying?
This is why it's difficult to have these conversations because you listen to respond. I didn't say who is scared. I said nobody is scared. It wasn't a question. It was a statement. I said that nobody is scared of nothing that y'all.
But they are. That's why they're Karens. They call the 911 and says there's a black person on Central Park right now. They're scared of you.
But wait a minute, Fatty. I just want to say this one thing because Anton, we know that you don't believe in the people. So when the movement starts, you'll be okay. You'll be outside.
Okay, so when is the movement starting?
You will be.
Let me know what date is it starting so I can be aware.
Anton, listen. We will not come for you for any type of help. You stay over there where you went with that mindset. You will not have to worry about being in unity with the community when we really get back to coming together as a community and doing things for ourselves as a community. Don't worry.
Are y'all gonna stop working? Okay, wait. Let me ask. So let me ask you a question. No. I feel you. And I volunteer myself as tribute to opt out of the movement. So you hear,
and we thank you. And we thank
Keller Queen. Tell her, Queen.
And we thank you.
Tell
And we
her.
thank you because
So here's my
you
question.
are a danger to the movement. So we
Okay,
don't
so
we don't need you there.
I surrendered. I surrendered. Movement, danger, me.
Yes,
As you
right.
should.
So
She
get out the
won.
way.
You won, Jess. She surrendered. You won, Jess.
Her name is
Here's my
Queen.
Get out
question.
the way. You're
Here's my
right. We don't
question.
need you.
The
over there.
Queens won.
You'll be
Girl,
the
you
type
keep
of
saying the
person
same
that'll
shit.
allow-
You ain't saying
Can I
nothing.
ask a question?
You'll be
Jazz
the
ain't
type of
saying
person
shit.
that'll
You keep
allow
saying the
ops
same
to
goddamn
pay you
thing.
to infiltrate a
Girl,
black
shut up.
movement.
You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You just rambling.
Just to be accepted by them.
You got it.
That's the type of black man you are.
Mm.
Okay.
So we know.
Can I ask you a question?
We appreciate you opting out.
Can I ask
But
you a
he's
question?
not a black man. What are you again?
Can I ask you a
Bro,
question?
she's so fucking
Can I
lost,
ask you a
dog.
question?
She's so lost.
When this movement starts, whatever date
It's already,
that you guys
it's
have
already
targeted.
I
happening.
don't know if it's going.
Oh, the movement has already started? Okay, cool. So I wasn't aware.
I didn't know.
Wait, because it's a lot of people that's for the movement.
Well, the movement starts here.
Hold on, let me ask my question.
I got my letter in the mail, Jess. I'm with
Yeah,
you.
right. Talking about something starts here.
I did
Yeah,
not
all right,
know
whatever.
better.
Let's go.
Are y'all all gonna stop working for the white companies that y'all work for?
Nope.
Or y'all still gonna stay working?
We will
Don't work
definitely do. What will happen is we'll be stimulating our own economy, creating businesses within our own neighborhoods, and creating jobs for our own people, so that our dollar is continuously flipped within our neighborhoods, so that we can, so that we can remove ourselves from these major white corporations. Now we are welcome to anybody, white, black, blue, or brown, that is in alignment with the movement, that can contribute to the progress. To the progress.
Can I ask? I have one more question, and then I have no more questions.
Please.
Is everybody going to enroll in Umar Johnson School?
See, you don't take any of this serious, so having this conversation with you just doesn't even make sense.
Umar has some
you
good
are op
info.
anyway.
Don't play with him.
You are op anyway. So it's
That
just
school
like-
ain't gonna be done.
It ain't even no reason
He
to
got
have
some
this
good
in-depth
info, though.
conversation with you, because you're not about that life.
Hey,
Really not.
Jazz, as much as I respect what you're saying, I rock with a lot of what you're saying. The only issue is a lot of what you're talking about us getting done, we can't get done until we fix our households. So we in trouble.
No. Okay, I'm sorry. I have one more question.
I don't disagree with you.
When the
Classic.
movement
we gotta get our
starts,
affairs in order for sure.
when the movement start, are y'all gonna stop having children out of wedlock or no?
I think you should start worried about the movement, because you're not even invited, baby. You're not even gonna be a part
I'm
of
not
it.
invited to the barbecue.
You can eat from outside of the club, Anton.
Don't even
Stop.
ask what we doing, baby. We don't need nothing from you.
You can
nothing
make-
at all. Stay over there with it.
Okay.
Okay. Stay over there with it. Don't worry about
I
it.
don't
You coming.
qualify anyway because no, seriously.
Yeah. You ever, bro? I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you seen that show, All American? Have you seen it? So, if y'all haven't, for those of you who haven't seen All American, so there's a point in the season. I forgot. I think it's either the second or third season. I forgot exactly. So the coach's daughter, she's one that. So all right. So let me just kind of break it down to you real quick. So you got the coach, you got the head coach. He has a son that plays for him. Then he has a daughter, and he's married to a lawyer. Right? So there have been so many different things going on because his son, because he's a head coach and his son is a quarterback. She feels left out, and then her mom is a lawyer, so she's constantly busy. So she's the only one that's kind of left out. She does her own thing. Basically, she wants attention, so she does things by overdosing, and I say overdosing, overdosing. Just get, because she feels as if she don't have the attention that she wants, right? So once she starts to get her shit together, get everything in place, all of a sudden she sees what's going on because she lives, she has a privileged life. She lives in a beautiful home. They live in the Beverly Hills, great house. They ain't got to worry about shit. So she finally sees what's going on in the hood area out there, in the projects. Now she becomes this woke individual. Now I'm for the black community. What about the black people? What about the people? She became one of them individuals. This is who Jazz is. She's so pro-black. She's, oh, I'm black everything. It's pro-blackity black. But probably the least, probably the last person to do anything for the black community. Probably haven't invested in the community. We ain't talking about just going to buy shirts at a black-owned company. We're not talking about that. We're talking about real movement. We're talking about really going back into the community and building something, helping people get out of their situations, taking real deal money, starting support groups in regards to helping families get back out of poverty. We're talking about these type of situations. We're talking about helping other black people start their businesses. That's what we're talking. We're talking about helping and holding each other accountable. You know, holding your other women, your fellow women accountable, telling them stop having sex out of wedlock and stop having these babies out of wedlock. You got to have higher standards for yourself. You got to hold yourself to a higher standard. We're talking about those. We're talking about that type of giving back to the community and actually becoming a proud community to stand up for and be like, yeah, this is the community I want to be in. She ain't doing. She just talking. She's just spewing out a whole bunch of bullshit, and I'm guaranteed she ain't leading the forefront of nothing. And I would not be the one to follow her on any fucking level. Cause she thinks she thinks she's cooking right now. She really does. Like she thinks she going in, but she ain't doing it. She sounds stupid. That's what she sounds like. She sounds like a victim. She's playing victim because not one time has she mentioned what the black community needs to do. But she has several times mentioned what the government should do and what they deserve and what they are owed. But yet has yet to hold her own fellow people accountable. And that was a great question by class. Like, hey, well, we got to start in the household first. Like, you got to get all of it. You got to, in order to, and this, I don't know why a lot of people don't talk about it, but in order for the community to thrive and get better, you got to focus on your house first. You got to focus on your home first. Jordan Peterson said it best. He was on this interview and a lady stood up and she was talking about how, these white liberals, and they were talking about cleaning up the waters and the oceans and all that. And he was like, y'all so focused on cleaning up the environment when you got a dirty fucking house. Before you focus on the bigger things, how about you focus on cleaning your house first? And this right here is the exact epitome of that. You're so worried about what the government ain't doing. You're so worried about, oh, we're trying to build a black community. We're doing this because we invested in black businesses. Your house ain't even in order. You too busy looking for a partner instead of looking for a husband. You ain't got your affairs. You ain't got your shit together yet. So how in the hell are you going to go out here talking about what people need to do and what you're owed, and how you going to tell somebody else who's actually giving back to the black community that you don't want them in the community? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Is it Clement says she sounds like a 20-year-old that just got exposed to wokeness? Yeah, for real, dog. She's saying all this while supporting his platform. Exactly. And mind you, I'm pretty sure she's getting paid for it too. I'm pretty sure he's spreading the wealth to everybody.
No. This is the honest to God truth. I don't qualify for the movement anyway.
As you can see, she
number one, I don't have any children out of wedlock.
But she quick to trash black men.
I don't smoke weed.
Exactly. Exactly.
Such a lame. The way you talk about
such a lame.
Black people, like the way you talk about black people, make you so corny, Anton. I swear to God.
Hey, Jazz. You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Jazz?
Find some better material. Like all you do is bring down the people that look just like you. Sit up here with that big old bell pepper nose, that black ass skin, with a black ass wife who's beautiful, by the way, and ain't got shit nice to say about.
You can't say my wife is black ass and then call her beautiful at the same time.
She's a queen too, Anton. Stop it. She's a queen too.
She said I got a black.
You really
She said I got a black ass wife.
You're
and
the
she's
big
beautiful.
in this.
She's
Like,
Reese's the
please,
queen.
like, please,
No,
my
no,
guy,
how
don't
she gonna
worry
say?
about it.
How she gonna
Don't
say?
worry
How
about
she
it.
gonna insult my wife and then
I
say
think
she's
she said it in an
beautiful?
insulting way.
No,
See, you see black ass as an insult. See, that's what she's talking about.
I'm going
No,
to
she
back my
said it
queen,
as-
Jazz, and
She implied it
You
as an
call
insult.
black
No,
people,
she
don't
said.
take
She
that as an
said.
insult.
She said my nose is big.
No, I
That's
I
implying
mean,
it as an
We
insult.
can breathe, then we get more oxygen.
Pronounced.
Now we get more oxygen.
Yeah, that's why we got this.
He said more oxygen.
Business
You stupid as
taxes
fuck.
was always so all-consuming.
Get more oxygen.
that's why we run faster because we have bigger noses.
And she
Yeah,
thinks
that's
she
why we run
cooking.
faster.
And she thinks she cooking down there too.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
You have
She thinks she cooking.
You have
I
pronounced
can't.
black features. You have pronounced black features. You got your big nose. You got big lips. You got big features. You are a black man, and the way that you talk about black people really baffles my mind because it's like, damn, the
Look, she
self
thinks
hate
she
is
cooking.
deeply rooted in this one,
Hey, she
and he don't even really see it, and that's okay, and that's why you're gonna be outside, you know,
Trying to
doing
get
whatever
into Umar
dealings
Johnson's
that you're
school.
gonna be doing. We don't need you infiltrating
Are
our
y'all having y'all
situation.
first meeting
That's how
at,
the Black Panthers
at the
got fucked up.
FD
That's how
BMG
Fred Hampton
Academy?
got fucked up. Because it
Hey,
was a nigga like you.
No.
that was
When is
able
the
to-
Is the first meeting at the FD BMG Academy?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the meetings.
Hey,
Don't
let me
meet you
just
there. You're
simple
not invited.
real quick for my black queen, okay? Anton can be talking about black
not coming
people
to the meeting,
smoking weeds, and then he's interviewing a guy Lamar Odom that is a crackhead. You can be doing that, Anton. You chose the crackhead over the weeds.
You know what the thing is?
Hey,
Again, it's so funny to me, and this ain't even a joke right here. I find it hilarious because I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they were saying it's so funny that black people are like this because they always want diversity, equity, and inclusion unless it's somebody that disagrees with them.
Damn.
Like for example, if you say that you're a Republican, right, a black Republican, black people want representation until it's something that they don't necessarily care for. So they pick and choose based off of how they feel emotionally, but most of the things that they say is actually hypocritical. You can't have power in something, but then at the same time only roll with people when you agree with them.
Yeah,
but yes, you can, because that's literally what every
think about it for a second. Think about it for a second.
Yes.
You want representation. You stand for diversity, equity, and inclusion, but you disassociate yourself and you go against the very people that then represent that other faction of people that you say that you align with, but then you call them names and say that they're not invited to the party because they don't think like you.
Because there's
You're not invited to the party because you
think
don't
about
like
that
black
shit
people.
for a second.
No, Anton, but you're right.
They are that. Listen, this is why I don't give a fuck, because the community is turned upside down and backwards against itself because they don't even know what they want. So the very thing that they say that they want and they advocate for is the very thing that they then disassociate themselves with because they think that they can do it on their own and they can't.
Hey, Queen Jazz, I got this. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry, I got this.
Black people that were a part of the civil rights movement partnered with people that didn't look like them in order to be able to get some of the things that they got today.
Let me just say.
Wait. They say that they hate white people.
Did I
not you, Jazz, but they go against every single thing and they hate white people. But then at the same time, they look to them for their paychecks. They look to their systems in order for them to be able to feed their children. They leverage that very system in order to continue to get free housing. They use that very same system in order to feed their children and all of the people that surrounded with them. None of them will ever, most of these people that say that they pro-black have never even been out the country to go and visit the place that they say that they came from.
Damn.
Most of these motherfuckers don't even have a passport. Listen. Nobody fears you because all y'all do.
What do you mean? They definitely fear us.
I'll let you cook for a long time. I'll let you cook for a long time. Nobody fears you because all y'all do is talk shit.
No,
y'all
all
don't
you do is talk
shit. Stop.
Shit about the
all y'all no.
You're anti-black.
Because hold on, stop, Jazz. You can't do that. Because I let you talk for a long time, and now I just want 2 minutes to be able to get my point.
But you're anti-black, so what you're saying doesn't even make
Stop,
sense.
Dad.
You're
Look
biased
at
about black people.
If you was listening, if you was paying attention, you would actually understand it. I would actually say that I'm way more pro-black than you, because how many people that you employ are black?
Damn.
Just because you can cut a check for a nigga doesn't mean you
No,
got
don't
that
say
life.
that word. That doesn't say.
Just because you can cut a check for a nigga, that don't mean. So I guess employing people isn't important for the black community. If you're a black man and you say, you know what, I'm employing black people because I'm going to employ my own kind. That's a form of giving back, because otherwise that person may not. And from what I've heard from his Millionaire Morning Show, well, he probably should pay me for now because I'm mentioning it. Shout out to Anton, but the fact that he don't have to, and from what I'm hearing is that he pays pretty well. He pays his people pretty good that he does hire. So he's putting them in a better position other than what they would have been if they weren't working for him. And how many people has Jazz employed? And taking them out of their, I guess you could call them financial struggles, and putting them in better places? Okay.
Say that word, Queen.
Just because you can cut a check for a black person doesn't mean you are down for a black cause and a black movement. That doesn't do anything for me, Anton. Just because, and I have employed black people before, by the way.
Where?
But that's neither here nor there.
Probably at
that
a white company as a manager. That don't make. That's not the same.
And be for the progress of black people, which we all know you are not. You get up here and you say the most egregious, most racist ass shit about your own people. This is a known fact. So I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. Like I said, you believe what you believe about the community, which is why you say the things that you say. You lean very white brain. You uphold a lot of white supremacist rhetoric as it pertains to black people. It is what it is. So just because you can cut a check doesn't mean you pro-black nothing. You bought the most anti-black black man that I've ever come across, if I'm being honest. I fuck with you because you're smart in a lot of different ways, but sometimes you're so smart that you're dumb. You don't use it to your advantage. You use your platform to bring hate against your own people, and you think it's cute and you think it's funny and you think you're being accepted into certain spaces with this type of mindset, but it really just takes it really just gives a clear peer into your character. You know what I'm saying?
She thinks she going the fuck off right now. She thinks she going the fuck off right now.
It's cool. This works for you. It gets you clicks, views, and a little cash here and there, but it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Like I said, before she cut me off, as usual.
Everybody be asking me, man, does the Bluetooth actually work?
Bro.
But hold up, before Anton cook, this is what typically happens. When you start to call somebody's bluff, when you start to call them out on, when you really start to check people and really call their number, this is what happens. This whole word salad that she just threw out here, all this so-called going off or clocking tea, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because she thought she was cooking. Everything that she just said is all coming from a victim mentality. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. Yeah, she up there gasping for air because she's just talking. Mind you, when they start to cut you off, you already done got them. When you say some shit and it really fuck with them, like, and it really touch them, the hit dog's gonna holler. So that's why she started to try to overtalk them. And when they start to just start rambling and start going and going and going and going and going and going and going, the hit dog just hollered. Because she started spiraling. That's exactly what she started doing. She just started spiraling. And so now Anton's about to cook her because let's be real. What has she done? Here's another thing that I've also learned as well. The more and more that I talk to people, the more conversations that I have, I'm beginning to learn that when people say things like, okay, you don't know how many people I've employed. Okay. Because if this were true, if you have employed people, you would be more inclined than anything to prove your point or to validate that you have hired people. You're like, well, actually I did. I own X, Y, and Z business and I managed to hire X, Y, and Z amount of people. Just to validate the situation. But this goes to show you that she don't do her research. She just talk. She just ramble. She probably done heard some shit from somebody else before, and then she gonna use that same rhetoric and start talking the same shit. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. Because if she really paid attention, she really understood. And again, y'all, this isn't me glazing on the guy. Yeah, I follow Anton. I agree with a lot of the things that he talked about, the things that I agree with, I already had this mindset before I even knew who Anton Daniels was. So I want y'all to understand that. But he is a smart dude, and so therefore I have learned more. I have learned more listening to him now. So I want y'all to understand that. But in this situation, I've always had this thought process and I always had this mindset. I never liked the blackity black mentality. I never did. Because I don't need to scream and shout that I'm blackity black. Because I'm black, y'all. Because I'm black, y'all. Because I'm blackity black. And I'm black, y'all. Because I'm black, y'all. Because I'm black, y'all. Because I'm blackity black. And I'm black. Like, I don't need to do all of that shit. I don't need to do that. I don't need to scream and shout that I'm black. I don't. My skin says it enough. And it's beautiful. And it's a beautiful skin. It's a beautiful skin shade. You understand me? Shout out to Tiege Hanley. It's a beautiful skin tone. But you don't see me out here doing this. If I want to get back to the black community, I'll put myself in a position first. Remind you, I said take care of home first before I can worry about the fucking community. You make a better community by taking care of home first. Once your home is taken care of, then you can start to, you go deep, then you expand. You don't expand and then try to go deep. You ain't gonna get nowhere. You go deep, you go within, and then you fucking expand. So while she's so worried about the fucking community, she ain't even got her shit together yet. She ain't married. She don't have any kids. Now, of course, that doesn't mean anything in regards to going giving back to the community. But what is she doing? I haven't heard anything about her giving back to anything, nor has she ever mentioned it. So for somebody who's black, especially for somebody like her, she seems like she'll be the type of person that would be quick to tell you the companies or the communities or the nonprofits that she has invested in herself. I haven't heard that yet. But what it is she runs from accountability. She don't like accountability. Anytime a man or Anton or somebody holds a black woman accountable, she goes fucking nuts. She gets triggered. But when it's about a man, though, she got everything in the world to fucking say. Oh, what about the men? This, that, and the man. Oh, I believe he did. I believe this, that, and the third. But then when you get checked on it, now it's a problem. Now you mean. Now it's, see, man, I knew. See, you a clown for real. Really.
Always ask the same people that are the most pro-black, because every one of these people that y'all call y'all leaders, for example, they not even married to a black woman. What is that? They not even married to a black woman. They don't employ black people. They don't put money inside of their communities that are primarily black. They move outside of their communities and then they go and spend money elsewhere. You know, I laugh at people because what they don't understand about me is I'm against toxic black culture. And every culture in history have always separated themselves from the ones that are the most toxic. All white people don't fuck with all white people. All Asians, all Chinese people don't fuck with all Chinese people.
Facts.
But we're the only community of people that feel like we have to be beholden to some of us, which is one of the reasons why our cities are so fucked up. We'll vote for somebody that's black, but not vote for somebody that's best for us. But we think that we need representation and that furthers the movement. It's the dumbest shit that I've ever seen in my entire life. So what they'll then do is that they'll talk shit about me, who pours money into my community, who builds up resources, who's given literally, and is documented, and you can check with any of the bag chasers, over $1 million to fund the businesses of the people that are all black in my community, right? But because I don't say shit that make y'all feel comfortable, and I actually require for people to substantiate their argument and to meet the expectations and not depend on the federal government in order for them to be successful, you say I'm not part of the movement. I say y'all ain't got no fucking movement. I got more motion in employing my own people, building my own community. It's over 14,000 of us of bag chasers. We employ ourselves, get money together, we teach each other.
What's she laughing about? What is she laughing about?
We meet up with each other. We actually give each other tips. We actually fund each other's businesses, and we do productive shit. I got more black people married to black people than some of y'all leaders, and I'm actually a reflection of the thing that I advocate for. So if I'm not pro-black, I would say y'all ain't shit, because y'all ain't got shit, y'all ain't did shit, and all of the leaders that y'all follow, is pieces of shit. And they not even a reflection of the shit that they preach to y'all. So I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. I got my own movement, my own motion, and y'all ain't did shit. And when y'all get that FDBMG school open, let me know. I'll be the first person to donate to it.
Just so y'all know, Dr. Umar is not at the top
y'all
of
just
like
talk
the
shit. Y'all
scholar.
don't do nothing. You ain't did nothing but don't wear shoes. Y'all buy black soap that's made by white people. You wear shirts that's
What are you talking about? What are you talking
employed
about?
by white people.
What are
I
you
take
talking
all
about?
of the resources from everywhere and all of the information, and I give it back to the people. Y'all just talk shit. What makes y'all think y'all can talk to me? Y'all ain't got the stripes that I did. You ain't got the background that I did. You ain't got nothing. I gave more black people jobs than y'all ever could give.
So you have 40,000 people, but how many of them are queens? How many of them are kings and queens, Anton? How many?
Y'all not even married to the niggas that y'all had kids with, and you want to talk about a movement? First, before you start to create a movement, keep your fucking family together. First, you got to be faithful and little, and then
There's
you
the man that
y'all don't
thinks
even
it's okay to cheat
y'all
on
not
his
even
wife.
fucking married. You can't even keep.
And this let you know she don't. This is why. This is ladies, black women in general, not even just black women in general. If you pay attention, if you listen to her, you will be fucked up in this world. You will be fucked up in this world. She ain't even listening. Keep
your own sisters in order. Y'all can't even keep your baby daddies in the house with y'all. How you gonna run a movement? Y'all don't know shit. You don't even know shit about leadership. What makes you think you can talk to me?
Tell them why you
Hey,
mad.
What makes you think you can talk to me?
Tell 'em
Y'all
why you
niggas don't know how to even stay married and have a family together. You can't create a movement. You can't even survive. You can't even survive more than a month without being unemployed. Y'all ain't got shit.
Tell us why you mad.
No, I'm gonna tell you about yourself and why the culture is trash.
You ain't talking to. You're not talking about me.
I'm talking to all of y'all.
You're not talking
I'm
about.
talking to all of y'all.
No, you're not.
Y'all don't have shit.
You're talking to
And
yourself.
every time that you get every time that you get somebody, every time that you get somebody that actually is a reflection, that's a part of the movement, they not even married to y'all.
What are you talking
about? They don't
about?
even marry y'all. They don't fuck with y'all.
What are you talking about?
Damn, she said to hurt you.
Look at
That's crazy.
what are you talking about?
Y'all not in the same bracket as me.
Ooh,
and guess what? And guess what? And guess what? I never left my city. I'm a part of one of the most blackest cities. I'm a part of the blackest city inside of the United States of America. I never left Detroit and ran over to LA. I never left Detroit and ran over to Miami. I never left Detroit and ran down to Texas. I stayed in my city that I was born and raised in.
Hey, Jess, don't worry. Don't worry. I got you, Queen. I got you, Queen. I take care of you. Don't worry.
He's so mad.
Forget Anton. Forget Anton. I got you.
He don't want to be a part of the. He's
Yeah,
so
they
mad.
Y'all need
because
your
I'm telling
fucking
them,
movements. Y'all movement is trash.
we're grateful that you don't want to be a part of it. We
I'm
don't
with it.
want people like you
I'm
a
with
part
it.
of it, baby.
You're right.
So be cool with that. It's
I'm with it.
okay.
I am cool with it.
We, like you said, you all the way up here. We down here. We okay with that.
Facts.
You stay over
Facts.
there. We're gonna do what we need
First,
to do.
first,
And
first
if
fix
we
y'all broken
cross
families,
paths,
and
if we cross
then
paths, we
start to
cross
have a
paths, baby. It's
conversation.
fine.
hey, bro, he going
Great
to
ideas
fuck in
can
right
come
now.
from anywhere. With Wix,
Y'all so busy trying to grow fruit, and your fucking
You
kids is
should
dead.
know how to grow
The
fruit.
fuck
You
out of here
should
with
know
this
how to
shit.
work. You
Y'all
should know how to
sassy
grow
ass
your own
sons.
food and vegetables.
Sassy ass
Huh?
sons and y'all masculine ass basketball playing
Look at you.
women.
Look at you.
Get the fuck
Look
out
at
of here. We
you.
don't give a
What's
fuck
wrong
about
with
that.
playing basketball?
All you talk about is the
Y'all
most
spend more
degenerate
money
type
on
of
y'all
person.
butterfly eyelashes than y'all do on
All
your
you
own
talk
kids. Get the
about-
fuck out of here with this shit.
All you
I wanna
talk
hear
about is
y'all
the most
hear
degenerate,
these bum
low
ass
class,
hoes
low
talking
brow
about
type
this
of
shit.
people.
Get the
You
fuck
don't
out of here
never
with
talk
this.
about people of class. Why you so mad though?
Stupid. This nigga
Okay,
saying
let's
we
get to
basketball
super
players.
Because
chat.
y'all busy, because first of all, we don't need
Why
no
you so
women
mad,
talking
though?
about leadership. Women can't lead shit in the black community. That's why we
That's
fucked
so
up.
stupid.
Dumbass hoes
No,
keep
that
on
is
voting for
actually not
Kamala.
why we're
Y'all
fucked up.
y'all
And
led
that's
all
why
of
we
these
don't need you a
dumbass
part of
black
it.
dudes that was simps
You're
over to vote for
you're
Kamala
so
Harris. You
wrong.
see what the
You're
fuck
so
happened?
wrong.
We don't
You
need
so
to follow
wrong.
y'all. Y'all need listen. The
You so
first
wrong.
rule of leadership.
You so fucking
The
mad,
first
bro.
rule of leadership is shut the fuck up because we don't need no women telling
So
us
you
what to do.
start, because all you do is run your fucking mouth
dumbass hoes.
and don't even be saying no real shit. Goofy ass.
We need no fucking
Ain't
women
nobody
telling us what to
listening
do.
to you.
What makes you think that a woman can tell me what to
Don't
do?
nobody care that you got a little bit of
Ain't no
money
woman tell me what to do. Ain't no
You
fucking
don't,
woman
you
telling
don't
me
tell
what to
nobody
do.
what to do.
Telling me what to get on
All
cold.
you
I
got is bad
I don't even
taste.
negotiate with
All you
women. I
got is
tell women to
bad
shut the
taste.
fuck up in my life.
No, you shut up. You so rude. You so mean. You so negative.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
that's
go.
what happens when you start to talk. You
No,
start to
that's
get
what
talked
happens
back.
when you don't love
You ain't
yourself.
like it when the niggas start talking
That's
to
what
you back,
happens
did
when you
you?
don't love yourself.
Women
crazy.
need to shut
That's
the
the
fuck
dumbest
up.
shit
So
I
they
ever
can
heard.
say
That's
what
what
you
you mean
do.
you don't love
George
yourself.
Soros rich as
What are you
fuck
talking
and they
about?
don't listen to him. Trump
You
thought
can tell
those
she probably
countries
burned
won't
Sage in her house. Look at all them
retaliate.
pranks in the
Nah,
background.
nah. See, when
Talking about
they
white
was talking
man
about my
and
nose and shit, it
another
was
white
cool.
man.
But
You're
now I want to say shut the fuck
establishment.
up, and it's a problem.
No, I'm
Yeah, and
sorry.
I'm gonna say shut the
Now,
fuck
now
up.
I'm big and mean when you start to
Yeah,
meet
you
that
been
same
that.
energy.
That's who you are. That's who you
what
are.
happens
We
when you
know.
meet that
I didn't
energy.
have
You
all
That's
start to get it
that's
back.
no, because I didn't even say anything to provoke this energy. You
She
the one get up
literally
here
on
and
his
talk
show.
shit about black people, and when I
You
defend
did
black
provoke it.
people,
Now you
when I defend
got
black
back what you
people,
asked
when
for.
I defend
Trump
black
did
people,
I agree
you're
with
gonna
you. You
get
don't
on
talk
the
with
stage
queens
and
like
say
that.
we don't need you
Tell him, Jess.
in our
trade
movement.
surplus or Mexico
You
has
such glass. I see
$1
right
trillion.
through you.
Who is counting the
Girl, you don't see,
10,000
girl, you
Mexico?
don't see through no fucking body. You just got your shit ate the fuck up, and you mad because the nigga didn't the same energy that you was up there doing. He showed you, and he put that shit back up on you. You ain't have shit to come back with. Now all you want to say is, "Oh, you so fucking mean. You so mean. You ain't a part of the fucking community." What do you talk about? He just laid out the entire thing for you and told you exactly what it was. Like I've employed many black people. I got 14,000 people that are amongst the bad chasers that I'm helping, and I'm investing in their businesses too, over $1 million worth. What are you talking about? What have you done instead of just sit up there and just talk shit all the time? What have you done? Oh, but because I hold myself to a standard, so therefore I'm gonna hold my fellow black people to a fucking standard. You got a problem with it. You always talk down. No, I'm holding y'all accountable. I'm calling out the bullshit. I'm not gonna be the Darren Jacksons. I'm not gonna be the Ace Metaphors. I'm not finna be these cats. I'm not finna be the Rico Hondos. I'm not him. I'm not gonna be the Poppy Chulos. I ain't him. I ain't one of them. I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit. You ain't got shit to show for it. You ain't got shit to show for it. All you doing is fucking running your mouth, and all you doing is fucking talking. And that's the problem with a lot of these black women, these so-called pro-blackity black ass women. You ain't even got your shit in order, but you worried about the community. You worried about what the fuck everybody else got going on. But then when that same energy is put back on you, all of a sudden the nigga mean now. All of a sudden this nigga, oh, you so fucking mean. Oh, you got his money. Well, I'm sorry. Well, money puts shit in motion, whether you knew that shit or not. Being able to have money helps shit it kind of helps the needle move a little little bit more and probably a little bit faster than what you're doing than all of this bullshit ass protesting. You got more people. You got more people that are behind the scenes actually making moves and putting back into the fucking community versus the people who got these fucking mics like Jazz, who are the loudest fucking ones who ain't doing shit. But be the first one talking about, girl, I posted you on IG though. Don't worry, we represent. Don't worry, I represent my black queens. Fuck out of here, bro. Can't stand these. Man, I can't stand these type of black women. I can't stand these type of black women. I promise I cannot stand. And mind you, I said I can't stand these type of black women like Jazz. I can't stand those type of black women. So make sure y'all get it right. That type of black woman, I can't stand those types. Piss me the fuck off. Because I hear a lot of them they're the loudest fucking ones, man. They're the loudest fucking ones, but they're the main ones that's a snake in the grass. The main ones that's a snake in the grass. But then when an actual dude who's on his shit, who gonna tell you, nah, bitch, I'm not pandering to you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what the fuck it is. Get your shit together. I don't give a fuck how it was delivered. I'm telling you, get your shit together. If you want to see productivity, if you want to see people thriving in the black community, you gonna need some hard love. Get your shit together. Stop playing the victim. You ain't no fucking victim. I don't see nobody in your house putting fucking crosses in front of your house. I don't see that. Get to your fucking bag. Make your money. Get as much money as you possibly fucking can. Invest back in the community if that's what you want to do. Give back as much as you possibly can. But don't get upset when somebody holds you accountable. Don't get upset if somebody call you out on your bullshit. Nah, don't get mad. Eat that shit. Because just as you can throw that shit out to, just as much as you think that you could throw shit out at people because you got so much shit to say when it come to men, you got all the different conversations to talk about when it come to men, but when it come to women, you ain't got shit to say. You want to keep your mouth closed. You want them to be the victim all the fucking time. You don't even hold your own girlfriends accountable. Anytime there's a woman involved, any situation when there's a woman involved and she has to be held accountable, Jazz ain't got shit to say. She always trying to defend. Every fucking time, bro. Every fucking time. And I can't stand hoes like that. Can't stand hoes like her. Can't stand hoes like Randy Rosario. Can't stand hoes like Keita Rose. I can't stand them hoes. I cannot stand them. Ratchet, fucking loud, not feminine, don't listen, think they know it all. Just fucking annoying. And don't do shit. Don't hold their own friend. Don't hold their own friends accountable. The most ratchet, baby having, but then got the nerve to tell somebody about a relationship. Man, you better get the fuck out of here. Let me chill out. I got triggered for a second. Because I felt as if, even though we get to that level, but there's gonna be a time where I'm sure I'm gonna come across somebody like that in real life, and I'm gonna have to put them in their fucking place. Because anyway, dog. This was a good one. Yo, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. This was a long one. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. Listen, before I go, if you want to support the channel, hit the QR code right here. Or if you want to do it more simpler, just go to my Cash App right here, QR code. But also, if you want your face to look as good as mine, big dog, you see how the boy face is shining. You know that ain't sweat. That's just moisture, my dog. That's moisturized face. Get the Tiege Hanley right here, because you definitely don't want to be a dusty. You feel me? And then let's see my man. Yeah, bro. Definitely. I'm mad trigger, fam. I'm triggered, bro. That shit pissed me off. I get so pissed when I hear Jazz talk a lot of times. I really do. Because she thinks that she's so smart. She thinks that she just cooking. She really do. And it pisses me off, man. It pisses me off. But with that being said, yo, if you aren't subscribed, be sure to subscribe and make sure y'all spam the likes, man. It's gonna help my algorithm continue to get pushed out to people who want to see my type of content, man. Look, we trying to be one of the biggest content creators out here, and I can only do that with y'all help. So until next time, my people, make sure you lock in with your boy next Saturday. I'm here every Saturday at 6 p.m. Every Saturday at 6 p.m. So make sure you hit the notification button. And until